What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Hobby Goblins Cave Reps right here at Counterspell Games in Jacksonville, Florida. Ready for some wild 40k this evening. We have got the long-awaited Gladius Space Wolves detachment.
Yay,
is it long-awaited? We're going to go with it.
Ultramarines.
And Morty with some Death Guard.
Yeah!
This evening. So, going to be a real good time. How are you gentlemen feeling about this matchup as we go into it?
Yes.
Excited.
Oh.
Not for your gas, though. That was awful.
I'm quick to get out of here, guys. I'm trying to
Should've
move
matched.
quick because they have been, ass blasting each other
No.
in
He has.
defiance.
The
Yes.
cheese
Well,
dice have been cutting.
Eric, I like to think that right there was just payback for years of friendship with you. Right? He's just built that up, and he said, all right, stream's about to go live. The fan's blowing on him. Let's get it. So let me get out
Let's
of here.
get it started.
Absolutely great to see everybody in chat. Let's have a look at these lists.
No, you.
Ultra Wolves, you're not wrong. They're Ultra, and they're Wolves. All right, let's see what we're cooking with today. Ragnar Blackmane, leading a pack of Head Takers, an Iron Priest, hanging around a double pair of Lancers, Wolfguard's Battle Leader, with the Honor Vehement, leading the other unit of Head Takers, 3 JPIs, 2 Wolfen with Storm Shields. They're different parts of the table. I hope to peel apart some PPCs with those.
Smegma?
Yeah. 2 TCAV. That's a lot of Lancers. I don't know how I fit 4 Lancers in here, man, but thank you. I'm going to go grab 2 more off the shelf.
Oh, man.
He had one job.
A unit of Fenrisian Wolves and an Impulsor that is holding Ragnar and his friends. This is a Gladius Task Force.
2 freelancers. Do you ignore that?
Yeah, hold on. Let me go get
Fuck. Oh, Bell.
There we go. We got 2 more up here.
Bad. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
All right.
I was warned they might be good, but it's not that bad. All right, so we're going to be playing the Champions of Rust detachment. By that I mean Champions of Contagion. Space Wolf. Stupid. So we're going to be playing Morty, 3 of the malignant plague customers, if you will. One of them has the enhancement for the spreading affliction at range. Then I've got one of the putrefiers that has the extra contagion enhancement if I can stick my teeth into one of his character units, which he doesn't have very many of. So it's going to be very specific where I sink that unit into. I've got 2 Tallyman because that's kind of my calling card is that I want CP. I'm going to take 80 points of characters to do it. And they also screen pretty well. I've got a 10-man brick of Plague Marines kitted out for shooting and melee. And then an additional 4 units of 5 kitted out the same as the 10-man, just halved. 3 Chaos Rhinos with the double bolter and Havoc launchers. 2 PBCs with flamers and a unit of Poxwalkers to be the unfortunate road bump that they were born to be when they grew up. And that's it.
Too easy. Too easy. What mission are we playing tonight, Luke?
Yeah, Luke.
We're
Tipping Point. Scorched Earth. Hopefully you guys saw that ahead of time and deployed appropriate. Looks like we got on the same page. Pretty easy, straightforward missions. Now, tell me about Scorched Earth, Eric.
So Scorched Earth is where you take a unit, you go hold an objective, and you light it on fire. And at the start of your next turn, instead of scoring primary on it, you just get some permanent primary points, and that objective goes away, and your opponent can no longer interact with it.
We know how Scorched Earth, Eric's. Jeez. Thanks so much. All right, guys, thank you again so much for tuning in, hanging out with us here this evening. Going to be a weird one in the studio tonight. That's Rob's fault, but we're here for it. Hopefully you guys are as well. If you like what we're doing, make sure you do hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Feel free to tell your friends about us, as we're definitely looking to grow here on this platform. But absolutely thank you so much for just tuning in, just being here yourselves to start with. Of course, the Gob Squad. That's our membership community right here. These guys are the real heroes of the stream. A little nipple slap to get the thing started here.
That's for you, Gob Squad.
Absolutely. You guys are have been absolutely incredible and instrumental in helping us grow this channel. We cannot thank you enough. Make sure, if you're new to the Gob Squad, make sure you do check out our content planning meetings. We just had one. Going to be one next week as well. And of course, our deployment streams, where we get up to some just shenanigans as we get everything set up for the nightly stream. So make sure you soak that up. It'd be great to see if you pop in. Make sure you say hello so we can say hello back. In the meantime, let's get this kerfuffle kicking.
Get it started.
All right, who wants to go first?
I think I do.
I'm willing to take bribes.
I think I do.
Yeah?
Yeah. Pound for
Whoever
pound.
rolls highest has to go first. Let's see how it shakes out.
Jeez.
Don't worry about it.
I was like, where are you taking that extra hand? All right, let me plug some things in here real quick. Do you have any scout moves?
No,
All right. All right. I'll
that I
kick
can
it,
remember.
kick it over to there. All right. So we will end up with 1 CP each. My top of the battle rounds, I'm going to go with the Contagion here. We will take... We're just going to go ahead and send it for the -1 to your save in turn 1.
Okay.
And that might pay out in dividends depending on how fast those poxwalkers get to scooting, right? Mm-hmm. All right, so I'll go ahead and pull my secondaries here. Engage and marked for death. Mark for death. Why don't you mark it as you will?
Oh, and
Get this one out of the way early.
yep. Oh, no, does Trace?
Who? Who's the trace?
The Iron Priest.
Oh, I can't kill him. I have mortal wounds from the.
Ooh. Yeah, he's,
Yeah, that's your one warden. I can't ace him accidentally. The splash from the PPCs. It's not guaranteed, but
Yeah.
it could happen.
mark you.
While you work that out, let's shout out the Gob Squad here with us. I see Cursed Cowboy in chat. CC says, I would awoo, but this is Fake Wolves. Go DG Rob.
Yeah.
We've got Taco Joe.
Taco Bell, let's
Taco's
go.
on the mind. Taco Joe here. More Plague Bell.
Ding,
So the
ding.
first word of his name and the last word of his sentence is Taco Bell. Just so we're on the same page there, guys. Crag. I love how Space Wolves Dan is there in spirit. He's the center objective. I wonder if that was on purpose. That's a great pickup right there. The Space Wolf Dan is always here with us in spirit and in chat. What's going on, Space Wolf Dan? How are you? Stephen Jones here. Space Wolves for the win. We've got Dean P. Says, aw, chew. Nice work there, Dean P. Big thank you to the Good Chop. $9.99. I wish I knew the DG player's name. That's Rob. I'm hoping this super chat will encourage him to make Mortarion speak every time he is activated. Well, we're going to do one better for you. We have got your $10. I see a $5 gifted membership, one Hobby Goblins membership coming off of Dave AK. That does put us a $5 dono away from a new rule. I think Mortarion having to speak like Mortarion when he moves
He's just going to be Darth Vader all
is
night.
a fantastic rule.
All right.
So if chat wants to help him out, let's get our first rule in play. We can absolutely make that happen.
Let's go ahead and start the Tallyman rolls here.
Yep.
The first one takes it. So I will go up to 2 CP.
So I marked for death a Lancer, a unit of Wolfen, and some Intercessors. And
Some
then,
intercessors.
yep. And I marked the Poxwalkers for both units of Head Takers. Because as soon as they die, I get to remark, and I figure they're likely to die pretty quickly.
Very quickly.
And then as you move, I can choose what's, more appropriate at that time to mark.
Cool. All right. So speaking of things that are happening now, let's go ahead and advance those Foxwalkers.
Do it.
Advancing 3. So they're going to move 8, which is pretty good. That'll keep them an inch off the line. Pretend it don't babies.
Taking no advantage, George.
Okay. Well, we have got the Good Chop back at it. Another $5 super
yeah.
chat. We're going to make it happen. New rule in play, Mortarion. We're going to need that voice track here this evening when he moves, or suffer the wrath of the floor dice.
I will gladly.
Thank you so much for
So-
all that support, Good Chop, and Dave AK, 100%, and of course, all of you guys in chat.
I will gladly make weird noises for Mortarion.
So I haven't been here. I haven't actually participated in the new rule stuff.
New rule stuff. So basically, for every $20, effectively, you can look at it like that. Whether it's 4 gifted memberships, whether it's a super chat, we're going to let chat come up with a rule that you guys have to abide by. You break the rule, you get floor dice. We do still have landmines in play. Of course, they can assign some landmines for those donations as well. But that just gets it a little bit more interactive and points out how bad John is at sound effects when
The answer is
he has
pretty
to use
damn
them.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing that episode. I just don't remember how the new rules started. Because I think I was either cooking dinner or partially asleep before it happened.
No, it all started back in my day with him.
I do want to, real quick here at the top of it, shout out all of our boys over at the Naval Support Facility, Deva Selu. That's over in Romania. I've got my brother stationed over there. Turns out they've got a pretty big 40k community, and well, they happen to be fans of the Goblins. So we just want to say, hey, thank you for your service. Absolutely 100%. And of course, thank you for showing up, enjoying the channel as well. That's really awesome to hear. Make sure if you happen to check out this video after the fact, give us a what's up back in the comments. It would be great to hear from you and connect.
Yeah, it's my boys.
Big shout out to Thayer out there in Romania.
So Rob didn't follow his rule.
I literally just picked him up.
Yeah, you're supposed to do it as you do it, right?
I'm doing.
Too late. It's too late now. It's past. You didn't do it. That's
I get to
4 dice,
monologue.
right?
I'm a villain. I get to monologue. All right. I
Look.
need you to shut your face, put more pins on your hat, and
It's
go
too late
sniff
now.
some freaking sandalwood or something, whatever you're into.
Well, while you work out your monologue, what's going on? Stoko716, Jack Reacher, how are you? KR Quintero in chat as well. Oh, looks like Stoko716 also gifting a Hobby Goblins membership. Thank you so much for that. Any of you guys sending those gifts or super chats, if you want to put some landmines out, let us know about that as well. Feel free to get conversation cooking about other rules you'd like to apply.
No, you still get a 4 dice.
I don't get shit.
That was terrible.
We're gonna go this way. How do we do? How'd they do? Dooby dooby dooby. Dooby dooby.
Scooby-Doo, where are you?
Dooby
We've got some
sounds.
work to do now. I never liked Scooby-Doo.
What?
I didn't like it as a cartoon, man.
That says a lot about you.
Even as a kid. I didn't like the Jetsons, Scooby-Doo. It was kind of boring.
No, you.
It also probably didn't help the fact that I discovered anime at a really early age.
Oh, it shows.
Yeah.
KR Quintero pointing out that the names are back. You found the button. Actually, it was a YouTube error. YouTube fixed it all on their own. But yeah, definitely glad to see everybody's names back. $20 super chat coming out of Taco Joe.
Hey.
Can we get the Space Wolves player? Get the zoomies if he is in the lead at the end of a round. So you need to do a little sprint around the table. I love it, Taco Joe.
All right.
Absolutely.
So if I'm winning
your
at the start
cardio
of-
in.
If I'm winning at the start of a battle round,
I'm gonna
end
tank
of
the first 2 turns.
At the end of a round.
At the end of a battle round,
Right,
if I'm winning.
at the end of the round.
Okay.
Which, why don't we make it start of the round when the scores are in, Joe? I like that. But like, we need to have the work from that round represented.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that works for me. I mean, I already got most of my cardio in today, but I could always use some more. I still got another 10 pounds to shed.
Yeah, you do. So you don't have advance and shoot?
Yes, I do.
When,
Dead doctor.
when do you have? You have to declare in your turn at the start of battle.
Command phase.
Command phase. Just trying to
Why
figure out
it's
how I
not
want to slice this apple pie.
So I could go 16 if I max it.
Yeah, but
Go right
that's probably not great for you if you do.
So I'd be at like that 27-inch mark, or 33, depending on which way you cut it.
These guys are going to be inside. Still, I just need to take it off so they don't fall off. Do you? Do you? And we'll take the extra pivots. Skirt, skirt.
Let me double check. Pretty sure it's command phase. Because it's not active right now.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. A lot of your stuff was moved over.
Started my command phase, yeah. I think
Yeah.
it used to, at some point, it was a battle round thing.
Okay. Let me go ahead and mark that this rhino still has homies inside of it. All right, I think we'll go ahead and take that as the first movement phase. I've got some nastiness to spread and some gooning to do.
Roger, roger.
Just so everyone at home is watching, we've moved these guys up on an advance, so that means everybody within 3, which is all 3 of these units are within 3 to some effects.
All right, so, yep.
So I'm going to get my contagion on them for the -1 to the save, which will help once we start shooting. A lot of my AP is really bad outside of the melter. All right, that being said, let's go ahead and start with, I'll start with the rhino. Rhinos, we're just going to go ahead and shoot into the
Wolves.
small dogs.
Fenrir.
Yeah, Fenrir and wolves, whatever they're called.
Go for it.
All right, so we are not going to have rapid fire range because we are at quite high range actually.
Someone call PETA.
But we're gonna shoot them dogs. All right, so we're gonna start with the combi bolter hitting on 3s, looking for lethals. 2 hits. And then URT 4 down to 3, I believe.
Yep.
So this will be on 3s. 2 at -1.
2 die.
And then the Havoc Launcher, D6,
+1.
+1 for Blaster. Ooh, that's 7. That's the stinky number. All right, on 3s. No lethals, though. Oh, I suck. This will be on 3s again.
You said it, not me.
1 at -1.
One more will die.
Okay, so that's 3 down. So that unit is crippled, which is nice. Mortarian's got 2 gun. Oh, I forgot that they boosted Lantern. Lantern is now a Giga Gun.
What's the range on it now?
24.
Good lord.
Yeah, that's why I looked back. I was like,
how does that keep going up in range?
because they keep nerfing it. They keep doing something sideways to it
Like
over
it
and
was
over
like
again.
12, then 18, and now it's 24.
It used to be 6. Like they were like, it's an actual pistol. Back when pistols were all 6 inches, and now they're like, hey, you're gonna shoot pistols anyway, so might as well just shoot it at 24.
My thermal lances keep losing 6 inches every time we get a new
I
codex.
feel no pity for you. Thermal lances coming from D-Strike getting melted 2 or melted 4 or whatever was pissing me off. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start with Morty. We're gonna go ahead and shoot the head takers and with both his guns.
Is one a pistol? Oh, he's a monster.
He can do both.
Yeah, that's right, that's right.
He can be both. All right, so we'll start with this one hitting on a 2, looking for sustained hits. Yes! Sustained hits D3.
All right.
Oh,
So 2 hits.
2 hits. Strength 10, so we'll be winning you on 2s. All right, 1 at -4. 3 damage. So your invuln save.
4 up.
1 dead. And then D6 +3 on the Rotwind plus Blast, so D6 +4. All right, so 8 total. This will be hitting you on 2s with lethal. Okay, 2 lethal. And then we will go, you're T4 based on them or T5?
T4.
T4 down to 3? Okay.
They're not within 3. I just checked it on 3 as widget.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this will still be on 3s, but with devastating wounds.
Yep. 1 dev.
Yep, so you've got 4 at -3. 1 damage a pop, and then a dev.
So just invuln saves. And the dev goes through, kills another.
Okay, so that's 2 down.
Another one bites the dust. Bow now.
All right, so we're gonna keep chipping away. So next we will go over to the Plague Marine Squad, which have the Malignant Playcaster built into them. Now this one will be, that's probably what I should have done first, because if when he shoots you, you'll be contaminated, but that's fine. So we're gonna go ahead with the Malignant Playcaster that has the enhancement for spreading the affliction at range. Oh, his is 12 inches. I might have mismeasured him. I thought it was 18. I did mismeasure him, so he didn't need to come out, period. All right, we're just gonna swap over to the Marines. Boop, 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 boop. Plague Marines. All right, so I've got a Blight Launcher, a Melt Gun, a Bolt Gun, and a Plasma Gun. Everything else is melee. We'll go ahead and just keep peppering the head takers. We'll try and pick up another 1 or 2. All right, so obviously the Melted Gun is out if it's at 12 inches. So let's go over to the Blight Launcher. This will be D3 for 1. No blast because I've already crippled you. On a 3, looking for lethals. Hits. I will have sustain, by the way, for the Sorcerer. We just haven't come across it yet. This will be on a 3. Nope. The Bolt Gun, 2 shots here. It is a lethal. And then that, you got 2 -1.
They're AP1 native.
Oh, you're not contaminated yet. It's when they're done shooting, you'll be contaminated. So just armor save.
Single one.
Okay. And then are they 3 wounds a pop like the?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go ahead with the standard shot here on the, one of those bolt guns was lethal, so I needed to roll the sustain here real quick. Does not wound. Okay. The Plasma Gun, We'll do the hazardous test because why not? On a 3. Nope. Does he blow up? No.
Damn.
Okay, now we've got just the PVC left. So you are contaminated now, though, which is very good.
Wait, no, because the Plaguecaster didn't. Oh, wait, because the Plague
The Plague Marines, they have the same rule.
Same
it's
rule,
just I
yes.
can split fire and get
fair.
more effect out of
Makes
it.
sense.
Yeah, so the PVC, we've got the rot hail and then the mortar. We'll go ahead and just shoot the mortar into that unit because it'll be, I can splash the wounds onto everybody. And then we'll do the rot hail into the last 2 dogs because that AP will just punch. Okay. So let's go to the PVC. Heavy slugger. It's 36-inch ranges. So here on 3s, looking for 6s. Whoa, that was weird. This do not have sustain. This will be on 3s. 3 die.
Ha! Joke's on you, there's only 2. Someone call PETA.
D6 plus 3 into the other dude bros for 4. On 3s, looking for lethals. And then on deuce. All right, you got 3 at -2.
4-ups.
2 damage a pop.
We're good.
Cool. And then the mortal wound splash. So we'll start on them. Everybody there is afflicted, so this will be on 5s. So on that same unit to start, 5+, they take 3 mortal wounds.
Kills the wounded guy and moves it.
Okay, and then on the wolves on a 5+, does not.
All right.
Okay, so that is that side done. We've crippled the head takers a little bit. Is that a character in that unit, by the way?
Yes.
Okay.
But I think the guy,
Yeah, no, he's over here. I just wanted to make sure that I knew
Yeah.
who I was looking for.
yeah, 1, 2, 3.
3, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so he's not got anything. He's behind the wall. So I'm just going to close it up over here. I think we're going to go ahead and just sling mortars over there again, just trying, because that 5+ will go a long way, right?
Right.
So we'll go ahead and keep shooting into the head taker unit with the mortars.
Okay.
D6 plus 3 for 6. On 4s, no rerolls, but we do have a lethal. And then on 2s, you got 2 at -2, 2 damage.
4s. Gross.
So kills and moves.
Yep.
Okay, and then a 5+ on the head taker unit. I do.
All right.
For D3 for 3. And then on the big wolves, no. And those head takers took a pounding from the mortal wounds. That's fantastic.
That 5+ seemed a little consistent over there, sir.
Not on the big wolves that I wanted to do it. I wanted free damage on them. But that works. It kind of covers the damage that the Playcaster should have done had I measured better. I originally thought he was 18 inches range on his, because the old range. I wasn't tracking that they bumped it down.
Because it's like a flamer now, too, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's just what I wasn't paying attention, so that's on me. That being said, I think engage on all fronts. I've got 1, 2, 3, and then mark for death.
Keep it or discard. I know you can't get a CP, but
Yeah, I mean, I'll discard it because you've got it on a Lancer, the Wolfen squad, and the Marines back there. Like I probably could have killed the Marines, honestly, if I had went after them with the mortars. That being said, crippling a head taker unit is better for me pound for pound. So
yeah.
we'll go ahead and let that run, and then from engage on all fronts, the 3/4 is now what, 2 points?
2 points. Yep.
2 points. Whoop. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, and then we'll let that one slide. So I'll go ahead and pass the turn.
All right.
Did we get that Mortarian monologue?
As you were talking about the
He
donations,
kind of phoned
I was
it in
doing the
afterwards.
Darth Vader, I love you, and just doing a little bit of small stuff, just because
He
I
phoned it in.
I wanted to get the game moving.
We're gonna do better. There was a lot of extra talk in there in the beginning. We'll give him much more time to shine as the game goes on. KR Quintero, $5 super chat. Missed deployment. Why Gladius versus Stormlands? Eric, just curious the reasoning as we debate builds there at home.
Nope, not discard. Discard is points.
Eric has been selectively ignoring
discard, so it
people
doesn't
today.
backfire.
Eric, are you with me?
Don't get points for it.
Eric, holy cow.
Well,
He wants to argue with me over a tablet he's never used before.
Holy cow. KR Quintero asks, why Gladius versus Stormlands? Just curious the reasoning as we debate builds here at my home.
So, Gladius has the Marine toolbox, right? What was that for? It's got the Marine
That's just you.
toolbox.
Not the Gladius Detachment.
The 3 advance and shoot, the advance and charge, and the fallback shoot and charge army-wide once per game, and a stratagem to selectively pick a unit to have that active. And then the other 5 stratagems, one is still Armor of Contempt. And then, the other 4 are all good. There's a reactive move. There's Lance with also additional AP if I'm in the right doctrine. Things like that. And I'm going to try to leverage what the Army detachment is capable of to see if I can make it work over here. I haven't played vanilla Marines, and all Marines are vanilla if they're not chaos to me, for a very long time. So hopefully I can make this work. But, I think in the hands of a skilled player, this is probably a scarier list. But it's just me, so.
There we go. Definitely an argument to be made for either detachment. Both of them have their benefits for sure. Big thank you, of course, for that $5 super chat, KR. I see Johnny Z in chat. Hey, Goblins here for the AWOO versus the PU. All right, make sure you get your vote in. Here's Cowboy asking if we have another EC player on the team. We do. Jordan out of Central Florida here. Make sure you reach out to him. You guys can cook up some tech together. Great to see everybody in chat for sure. Stoko76 just watched the basing tutorial. Definitely using some of those tips for the Horticulus Slimix. That is a fun model to paint.
Honestly, it's one of my favorite Nurgle models, period.
Yeah.
The more you dig into that model, the sculpt itself is phenomenal.
Yeah, I'll definitely post some pictures of it on the Discord. Make sure you post up some pictures of yours as you go too. I'd love to see it.
I would need to advance to probably get there. Go there and do that. They have no OC right now. Sorry, I'm just mumbling to myself, thinking about where I need to go, see if I need to activate a doctrine, considering Dev Doctrine right now.
Just putting it out, he did pull Mark for Death as one of his secondaries, and I marked the 2 Tallyman in the PBC that has no guns on that side of the field.
Yeah.
So that's a dead strat for
It's a free
free CP later.
Yeah.
Do you have a decent Morty from Rick and Morty impression? Because that's what you should do.
No, he doesn't.
We're going to take a stab at that one, Taco Joe.
I'll work on
Take a
it.
stab.
I'm gonna work on it on the side, so I don't just like start. It's been a while, but yeah, I've done it before.
We're going to do something for it, for sure.
And cleanse, okay. So if I go into Dev Doctrine, I can advance and shoot. I got thinking about sacrificing some JPIs. I don't like the idea, but also he either has to shoot them or come out. JPIs go to the center, do their thing.
It's really easy for me to shoot them.
I know. Well, indirectly, yeah. And
I roll pretty good.
What if I just Armor of Contempt or something and you have no AP at that point?
Take 6 mortal wounds.
I mean,
If that happens again, that's
I'm gonna flush your dice down the toilet if it happens again.
that's fine.
This one,
Buy me new ones.
come over here. I don't care. I'm not gonna buy them.
Or are you?
Thinking about this Lancer coming over here to cleanse, and this other Lancer advancing to right about here and shooting that Rhino in the butt.
That boot.
The boot.
Das boot.
But I think I will hold off on a doctrine for right now, and I'm only going to go for a little cleanse and try to hold a few things in place here. Actually, these guys might be able to cleanse for me if he gets close enough. Let me check a few things here. Does Wolfen...
Yeah, take your time, Eric.
Hush you.
Pretend little babies.
Does Wolfen have the Wolfen rule or something like that now?
They do have a Wolfen rule. That makes them Wolfen, yes.
Yeah. 6 inches of a Space Wolf character. So yeah, they can do that. All right, so yeah, definitely don't need to do that. We're just going to move these Wolfen. 9 inches now, which is crazy. 9 inches, which is crazy.
Yeah, they're fast.
Super fast.
They are
Eric, I did say something about tacos I wasn't sure of because of time frame.
Yeah.
But I am good to go back to salsas, which
Okay.
is open later.
Oh yeah, sure. We can
Right.
do salsas.
So
that works.
definitely don't rush for this for one night taco stand because we do have the salsas option. But yeah, I think tacos tonight sounds good. I just got hungry.
Did you like watch a bunch of TikTok videos about that?
It wasn't TikTok, but yes. My feed is currently riddled with armadillo and possum videos.
Sounds like a good feed, man. Sounds like
It's
a good
wholesome.
feed.
It's very wholesome, actually. Makes me very happy. I have zero complaints.
That's fair.
So I guess there's a new game you guys were talking about. I'm out of touch, obviously.
Mecha Break?
As an old man. Now, is that the one with the
Jiggle physics?
jiggle physics?
Yeah. If you don't know what those are, then it's fine. But when you know what that term means, you know what it means. There's no going back.
I mean, I think that our chat can probably figure it out.
Our chat
pretty
is
easily.
very much in tune with that.
They're the jiggle physics types of folks.
All of them. Especially Dean. Yeah, so I was actually pretty hesitant to get into it, but someone was like, look, it's free to play. We've been playing a lot of Deadlock recently, which is a MOBA. And it's kind of stagnant right now because they're in between big patches. So I downloaded it. I'm a very bad Gundam fan, but I do love Gundam as a whole.
Advanced.
So being able to play as Gundams in 6v6 PvP, or where you're still doing missions, kind of like the Destiny style mission set. It plays a lot like Destiny in the imagery, the flashiness of it, but you're in mechs, and they all have different classes and abilities and stuff like that. So it's actually pretty good. I've really enjoyed it, like more than I probably honestly should. Not because of the jiggle physics.
They advanced, didn't need to, but they're there.
They advanced.
Yep. Let's see here.
Dan reminds us that he used to work with armadillos, would hold them and scratch their bellies in shells, and
that
has
before or after the
no
chainsaw?
stories involving chainsaws
Yeah.
with them. So
Those armadillos never stood a chance.
the giraffe is clearly the natural prey for
The
space
chainsaw
wolves.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, this objective is sticking.
No, you.
Huzzah. Little wolves have a bunch of movement. They're just going to come over this direction. That's a rock on that base. Damn, Dan. Damn, Daniel.
Damn, Dan. Back at it again with the rocks. Where you going?
I'm going to make you come a little closer.
A little bit closer now.
We'll stay there for now. And this impulsor will advance.
We're like, nah, pulsar.
Nah, pulsar.
Nah, pulse. Or
So plus 5. So 17 inches. Wow, we'll call it 15 because I'm going to do some pivoting.
yeah, you are.
5. Maybe 10 more.
Yeah, chat engaged in a conversation right now about the Space Wolf detachments versus the Space Marine detachments for Space Wolves. It is a pretty polarizing subject.
Yeah, 100%. I still think all the Space Wolf ones are good. I just think the ones you're going to see rise to the top, if you go to like a GT or something, are probably going to be like Gladius, Stormlance, things like that. And maybe in like specific metas, which, the Knight meta is the one that's probably going to start popping because it was already doing well. And it's probably going to do a little better now. And at that point, like I think the Beast Slayer one really, starts to take hold because, you're likely to run into a bunch of people running.
That detachment does a lot.
Yeah. Well, it does a lot. You're going to run into a lot of people teching against knights, and teching against knights means generally bringing like lots of lancers or vehicles or things that shoot really hard. They're typically vehicles and monsters, and or you're going to run into knights. But I think that's all of my movement for right now. We're going to start my action in the shooting phase. Here and here, cleanse both objectives.
Okay.
And then we're going to shoot some stuff. Maybe huck a grenade. because stratagem does not stop me from doing an action. So we will start with this Lancer, who, let me check, I might actually have to change something here, because I forgot what the distance is on my Iron Priest. And when I was supposed to do this, command phase, cool. So it happened in my command phase. This guy has rapid fire 1 on all of his guns. What'd you do?
Nothing. Go away.
I love you. That's cute.
You said it, nerd.
I don't know why you're like this, Rob. Who hurt
Why
you?
not?
Who hurt you? All right. No, those are dead. Lancer. We are going to start with the Lancer Laser Destroyer,
Lancer leader.
which is going to be 3 shots because you're definitely within rapid fire range. Do you want to pop smoke or anything?
On this guy?
Yeah.
What's the AP on that thing?
4.
So I'm gonna get 6 ups regardless. Do. Go to ground.
So, guys, what are your favorite sandwiches? And Rob, why is it hot dogs?
Because you can eat them sideways.
Just bite him in half.
Got him.
Dude, next time me and the wife have hot dogs, I'm going to eat it like a corn on the cob. It's going to be hilarious.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and pop smoke. Just
Okay.
in the off chance it matters.
Enjoy spending your CP, scrub.
I have CP.
No, you've got 2 now, so. Boop. Hitting on 4s then. I get 1 reroll here. We'll use it.
Fail.
Cool. What's that thing's toughness? 9? 10? I don't remember.
We'll just say 9.
It's still 3s.
Yeah.
And, ooh, that sucks. And a reroll? It still sucked. Oh, that was real bad. Lancers, you fail me.
No, you suck.
Icarus Rocket Pod, D3 plus 1.
Max damage.
Hitting on 4s. Gross.
Are you gonna hit?
Apparently not, man. I'm gonna go change these dice out.
It's because you professed your love and now you're all razzled up.
Yeah.
I'm in your head.
Clearly. We're gonna hope to try to do some damage here.
With
Or
what?
just
Gun.
not. Okay.
Woo!
All right, someone get me new dice.
There's a bug there, good eyes over there.
It did 0 damage.
Just use this.
Don't touch my love.
Yeah.
You whore.
That suck it. All right, we will spend a CP. We will huck a grenade.
From who?
Those guys.
Into who? There's no one over there.
There's him.
Oh, yeah. I was like,
I just want to make sure they're dead. Right.
good luck.
Yeah.
I've seen your rolls.
Take 2. You're right. All right. While you make your feel no pains, we're going to go find some new dice because I don't think I have a chance if this game goes on if I can only roll 2s.
Yeah, that's where we're going next.
There we
I just
go.
didn't get a chance yet. He crushed my love. Now I must hate him.
All right. I think I got a couple bolt pistols. Shooting into those guys.
No, you keep doing your thing.
1 hits, another hits. 1 save, no AP.
Into those guys.
Boxwalkers, yeah.
6 up. Nope. And then on a 5 up. Nope.
Good. Alrighty. I think we're just going to go into a charge. Those Homie G Funk dogs over there. Coming in. They're in.
The last hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we'll do it in cover here. And let's see.
Does that? Yeah, it does. That works great on camera.
And we'll go do. And we'll go here.
Let me get that off the screen for you guys.
What'd you do?
Nothing.
Okay. The
I'm
Cav.
just speaking your language now.
That's fair. The Cav will charge too. Just maybe try to get 1 guy in for some extra attacks.
Going back around.
Oh, 1 guy will. So 6 will make it. And 1 guy will just trail in to touch him. All right. I don't think you'd want to interrupt, but we'll go with the Cav first.
Send it. Go with the calf. May the cav be with you.
Yes. All right, Wolfguard weapons. Do you...
Barbecue.
No penalties to
doesn't
hit or
roses.
anything, right? No. This will be, are you T4? Threes and threes.
Hey, look, you can hit.
Yeah, with different dice. There we go.
Damage?
5 at AP2, damage 3.
3.
+1 on the charge, yeah.
You said 5. All right, so we're just going to roll 1, and then we'll just re-roll successes until we'll... Same way I've been doing it on the stream. All right. Oh, 5 die. 5 die. And then what else you got?
Teeth and claws. Hitting on 4s.
All right, there's 2 left.
Wounding on 3s. AP1, 1 damage. So 3.
3 AP1s.
Yep.
5 ups. 1 will die.
Alrighty.
So 6 plus 3 is 9. There's 1 alive. And I will actually leave you out there. Where's that 3-inch tool? Yeah, you are...
So he'll get to fight, but the other guy won't.
Bring it. I'm going to pull you all the way over, though.
It's where I wanted to go anyways.
Yeah, it works out for me. We like that.
Alrighty, so we'll go with the Wolfguard Battle Leader. Where art thou? There you are. So he has 5 attacks, but that's going to be 6 attacks because he's got the Honor Vehement, if I'm even pronouncing that correctly.
Vehement.
Sustain hits 1 and reroll 1s to hit. Hitting on 3s.
What's going on, Corey Ash? How are you? Seems we're running Gladius tonight. Stormlance is his personal favorite.
Stormlance is pretty good.
2s. Dev.
Okay, well, I still have Philippine, so
Yeah,
damage.
Sure. 2.
What do we got,
4.
4?
Yep.
Last guy's dead.
All right. Let me see when I move my head taker and once you're dead.
Ooh.
Each time the quarry is destroyed, select 1 new enemy target.
The debate right now going on is now whether a hot dog is a sandwich or a taco. You guys want to weigh in on that?
If you are not a savage and split the bun and you leave it as it is, the cradle, if you will, it's a taco.
That's a second for taco. It looks like Death Guard is barely squeaking by this poll. We have to go put this new poll up, see what everybody else feels about the is a taco or is a hot dog a sandwich or a taco.
The caveat changes if the buns separate and they're no longer a cradle.
So what happens if the taco breaks? Then is it a sandwich at that point?
No, it's a mess. Are you dumb?
Well,
But
like
I
it
mean,
just breaks
by
down the seam.
definition, it would become a sandwich if
Yeah.
it's 2 separate pieces, if we abide that logic. So like we're talking about like meatball
then it turns
subs are
into a
now
torta.
meatball tacos.
Huh?
Meatball subs would then be a meatball taco.
Yeah. Look,
Yeah.
it's food. It doesn't matter to me.
You don't order that at Larry's, the meatball taco?
No. I should ask for it next time and see what happens.
Next time we do Larry's, let's all do a round of meatball tacos.
Yeah.
I don't like where this is going.
We'll
Okay.
mark that unit over there.
Cool. All right, so that's for you. So as far as your secondaries go, cleanse
You'll get double cleanse.
for 4.
Yep.
Boot.
And we'll ditch marked for death for
Cool,
CP.
that'll pitch naturally.
Yep. Will it?
Yes.
Okay. Go to 2.
Passing it over.
And then we'll go to 3.
Guess
That
what?
means there is no challenger card,
But you are up.
but there are zoomies. Yeah! I'm fast. I'm so fast.
I'm waiting for your sandals to just collapse. And you just biff it.
Under the weight of excitement.
See, I know how to have fun with this, Rob. You suck at the Darth Vader voice. Yeah, that's really terrible.
Definitely bonus points for your zoomies, man. For sure.
So, like, that's -1 on the floor dice?
No.
No.
Cool.
No. You did
You
your
just
job.
avoided Florida.
You did your
Okay. Okay.
the minimum.
Let's give him a Florida ice throw. We do have a landmine for asking a stupid question.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Really?
You're like, yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
That checks out. For our chat, yeah. All right, so let me go ahead and pull my Tally Man CP rock quick. That's a 7. Got it on the first run. So I'm up to 4. Did you spend a CP?
I did,
You did?
but I gained.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're at 3. Because you pitched an objective. That's why you're up. That's what threw me off. Okay. So Dooch, call the Horde. We're going to go ahead and reroll that one because you do not have anything that fits that big, right? No infantry. So discard. Sabotage and tempting targets. Would you like to tempt me with a target, good sir?
Has to be a no man's land objective.
Yep.
Empty with the middle. Come hither, sir.
Come here, son. Come here. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and mark that for now so I do not forget. We've already... Sorry, Dan. On your face.
No, he's got an eye patch. Look at that. Arr. Shiver me timbers. He's a pirate wolf now.
I'm small plank Dan. Arr.
Just lanky Dan.
That's small plank.
He could be a plank himself.
All bird hips Dano. Arr.
I thought it was lizard hips.
No. Bird bones, bird hips. He's fragile, fragile. Okay. Tempting target in the middle, sabotage. Okay, I think we're good to go. Let me start thinking about this. As far as my contagion this turn,
Kara Quintero says, Eric saying it's all just food and doesn't matter is forcing me to root for redacted.
Look, I'm not that picky or, argumentative about is it a sandwich or a taco or is it a fruit or a vegetable sort of thing.
you're a fruit.
And you're a vegetable.
He's only concerned if it has too much delicious stuff on it.
I've gotten better.
You have. We've bullied you into it
Marginally.
enough.
But that scar is deep.
Look, I mean,
I've literally watched you scrape ketchup off a burger.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
Only if it was mixed with like mustard. I'm not a mustard guy.
Anyway, I'm going -1 to hit this turn because we're going to start getting up in each other's grills.
Roger, Roger.
Yeah, the Velvet Taco was a turning point for you. I'll give you that.
Yeah, that was everything on it.
Context is important.
I'm going to challenge you to, if we make it to one night taco stand, I'm going to challenge you to order something different than the chimichurri tonight. See if we can diversify. Do one chimmy, one, and try something else. Try something new.
I'm kind of hungry. I'll do at least 3 tacos and we'll grab a different one. What?
Context.
Context?
All right. So I think here,
I'm going to pop my reactive move right now, I think.
send it. You're not in a doctrine, so it's a D6?
It'll be a D6, yeah.
On who?
It could be infantry or mounted. And
So
You do have one of each, so pick
yeah,
one.
in Gladius, it's a D6,
it's a D6 unless I'm in the tactical doctrine. Then
Gotcha.
it's just 6.
and then I think is it Beast Slayer where it's flat 6 if it's mounted wolves or mounted or infantry.
There is another flavor of it, yes. The exact details I do not know. Dan should, though. He'll pop up in chat.
So we'll make it the Thunderwolves.
Roll 1.
Huzzah! It was a 3.
That's pretty close. It's pretty close. Still don't think you can get away.
No.
I mean,
But I'm going to limit.
Short of like a flat 6, I don't think.
Yeah. We're going to do our best.
You're going to open it up a little bit, though. Oh, you finally hear it?
was
It is
that?
quieter now. It did go away. But now it's over here. Okay, so they're done.
And I'm down to 2.
Down to 2. Okay, so looking at the rest of this unit's movements, it's literally just that one.
Get this moved. But yeah, no, I just want to limit the lanes of fire into the Thunderwolves.
No, that's fair. I agree with it entirely.
Like, those head takers, they're definitely dead.
Yeah, they'll have better days. And that's a banger charge. That's an 11. We make those.
Yeah, if
And
you were
I have.
Julian.
I have.
Yeah, I know you have. And so, like, if that was an 11-inch charge and this was Julian, I'd be like, they're getting hit.
All right, we'll pop the rhino up there so we can see. And I think we might. Actually, I think we just let Morty pop on over.
Oh.
Oh, it goes orange? Hell yeah. There we go. Makes more sense for the aura.
So is that the other unit coming out now, too?
So that's the unit that came out. This is the unit that started. The
Okay.
2 different color schemes.
Yeah.
The Alpha Legion ones are the proxies.
They were both in the Rhino, but one came out and one was still in the Rhino?
Yep.
Okay.
This BBC, we'll take him, we'll pivot and just move here. And then do a little bit of forward and back pivots just to get a little bit of there. And this guy will pivot, just that way we can see that way.
God, pick a different song.
Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? you, Eric, this is why literally no one loves you.
I get that.
Okay.
Dean P says, tell Eric to get himself a porky pig taco. They are delicious, which then you should all try it. Where does the porky pig taco come from?
One night.
Oh, one night. Okay.
It's pretty good.
I'll do something different tonight, too, because I've been doing the same thing pretty repeatedly. I'll try something different. Of course, my flavor palette is very
Fast.
right.
Yeah, I know. You like, eat buttholes and stuff. It's okay.
Weird. Weird.
Oh, was that you, Rob, too? Sorry.
Context. All right, so the 10 man's gonna go ahead and relocate. Whee! Throwing bodies. I can only count to 4.
You gotta do me a favor. You gotta disembark, then move your distance.
Yeah, my name's Eric. I'm gonna make it difficult, even though I just showed you what I was doing. I'm trying to save time on stream.
Yeah, but I don't want you to get guys closer than they could actually get. Not gonna be able to fit all of them in the front there.
Okay, now we're going back to what we were doing. So anyway, the exact shape that I was building before you opened your mouth.
Well, I mean, I could really be mean about it. They totally can't fit there.
He absolutely can. Look where he is.
You ain't got no space down there. Hey, I'm just keeping you honest, Rob.
And I'm showing you he can. That's why I put him like that. He fits right there. So now suck a bag and get out my
I'm
swamp.
just making Rob do work, guys.
Yeah,
He's trying to play fast and loose on me. It's all right.
I will literally punch you in the mouth.
No, you won't.
I didn't say how hard, but I will do it. And then, what am I going to do with this? Go 12 this way. Skirt, 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 skirt. What is, we're still on the objective back here. I'm going to roll an advance for the Marines here. There's the 5-man squad by themselves. 3. That's exactly what I needed.
So do they move 5 natively now, or do they move them up to 6 now?
5.
5, okay. So 11 inches out?
Yep. Which will be, by all accounts, right there. When they do disembark. flock is everywhere. What the flock? All right, so this is just one of the 5 mans that were inside the Rhino. Okay, and then we will go ahead and move this one. We'll take the, we'll end up doing a pivot here, so this will be 5. 5 gets it to the front of the building, and then we'll do another 5 this way. And then question is do I want to disembark now and shoot with the other guns? Yes, because they will be safe. Measuring the 12 properly for the sorcerer now, so I don't boof it up again.
Oh yeah, they're totally dead. 100%.
Okay. I think that'll do it for my movements. Do you want to wrap it or anything?
Yes. Let me check a few things. I think I will rapid. Let's see. No defensive strats, unless I want to armor contempt one thing. Don't really need to armor contempt that. Mumble, mumble, mumble. I could come over here. This does force you to put PBCs back this way if you want to save this area.
I need to swap this guy out.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and wrap it if you want to put me down as CP over there.
Okay, you're down.
Call me dumb.
No, but you are.
Okay, that's mean. It's like super mean, Rob. Why would you be like that?
Did you meet you at any point in your life? Some would say it's justified.
Well, when you ask Eric who hurt you, he says, it's me.
Mario.
It's a me, a Mario. All right.
What's going on, Justin Bateman? Great to see you.
What's going on, Justin?
He's in here rooting for some wolves.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so that being said,
The Vilca Fenrica march to war.
Fenrica. Yeah, so we got 2 units that are really worth shooting. The rest are going to get charged. So that being said, let's go ahead and start on this side of the table. We're at 6 inches, so everybody's going to be at -1 to hit. I don't have the second contagion yet. I believe I do have a strat. Let me check to make sure it's not the. Blessings of Filth. I'm trying to remember which. Okay. Have to get you below your starting strength, and I can reroll hits and wounds on a unit. So that being said, so my blight launcher, these guys, and we're gonna have to do a little bit of theater of the mind with the cape guy. All right, I think I know how I want to play this for the hits and wounds. So I'm probably gonna start with these 2 units and then go here. So let's start with the PBC for all intents and purposes, and we're just gonna go ahead and put everything into this unit.
All right.
So that way I can try and pluck off at least a wound. All right, so starting with the Rot Hail. Do you have anything you need to do here?
No, I'm not.
By that I mean heavy slugger. That's not the raw hell anymore. All right, 4 shots. Looking for 3s. Look, lethals. 1 hits. You are T10
10
base?
down to 9. Yes.
So this will be on 5s. Nothing. Let's go with the Plague Spitters for 5. This will be on 5s again. 1 at -1.
We're good.
Plague Burst Mortar, D6 plus 3.
9. Big numbers.
This is the numbers that crush Dan's soul. All right, 3 is looking for 6s. Actually a pretty decent roll. And then on 5s again. All right, so you got 3 at -1, 2 damage.
4s. Take 2.
2. And then we got the splash. You are definitely within 3 outside. Cool. So let's go ahead and do the tank itself and then the Wolfen. So the tank itself on a 5+ fails. And then the Wolfen are well within 6 fail. Okay, but you are under half or under starting strike now, which is important because I have a strat that allows me to get the rerolls.
We're at 10.
And that strat is called Malignance Magnified. There you go. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit makes an attack against a unit that is below starting strength, you can reroll the hit roll and reroll the wound roll for an attached unit in my army, which is this unit.
Okay.
These guys are just going to go ahead and let it rip into the tank.
So who has line of sight on from the unit?
It's going to be this character and these 2 guys.
All right.
He probably only has like a combi bolter or a lethal bolter at best.
So like that group.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Heavy weapons guy, light launcher. All right, so this is my. These 2 characters are the Meltas. I don't have a plasma in this unit. I may need to proxy one out. But yeah, so these are my heavy weapons guys. So and the blight launchers are over here. All right, so I've got the. I don't need to reroll the hit rolls for the character.
This is primarily a shooting unit then, right?
It's mixed.
Mixed. Okay.
Yeah, it's just half of each.
Okay.
All right, so we'll go with the Focus Witchfire. This one will be D6 plus 3 into the tank for 5. This will be on 5s, but re-rolling, and it'll be -2. All right, just the 2 at -2.
Not ignoring cover or anything?
No,
All right, so 4s?
not natively.
We're good.
Okay. And then his hazardous, he's fine. All right, so he's done. Let's go over to the rest of the Marines now. The 2 melta guns on 3s, we're rolling. We do have the guy in here, which gives me a lethal and a sustained.
Okay.
This will be on 5s again, because wait,
What gives them sustained?
the sorcerer. Sorcerer
okay.
being in the unit is
Got it,
sustained for the
okay.
unit. You are down to T9, so now it's actually on 4s.
Yep.
So 4s are rolling. All right, so 2 minus 4.
4 down to 3. Need 6s. They go through?
All right, and then we are outside of 6, so this would be
2d6.
2d6 for 8.
Down to 2.
Okay, and then the sergeant's plasma. You are within 12 though. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been able to shoot. So,
Overcharge?
2 shots. Yeah, we're overcharging just because I need one of these to go through. The reroll here, that is a lethal, because lethal's on 5s for him.
Yep.
Rerolling wounds, just the 1 at AP -3.
5 up.
2 damage.
Yep. Do I explode? No. Do you die?
No.
I wish.
Huzzah! Okay, that was risky, but it works.
Really shocked that Rhino did not get lanced in the butthole.
That would have been unfortunate.
Yeah.
I mean, I expected at least one of your shots to go through. I forgot about the Iron Priest, to be honest with you, but his whole thing.
It clearly didn't matter.
That's not the point. All right, so now we're going to go over to this unit. So everything over here is shot except this. So we'll save that for a rainy day. We'll go over to this Playcaster unit, the 5-man that got out afterward. He doesn't have anything special. So we're just going to go with the Plague Winds, D6 plus 3 for 8.
Gross.
This will be on. We're sharing the objective by pretty good margins. I believe you're within 6 of me. You are. All right. So this will be on 2s, because strength 6. No rerolls.
2 lethals?
This is the flamer one.
Oh,
there.
flamer? Okay, yeah.
So you got 7 at -2, D3 damage.
5s. Make 1.
How many is that? 6? Okay, so we're going to do this one at a time because, again, it is D3.
Yep.
1 dies, 2 die, 3, 4 and a half.
All right.
All right.
The rest of the unit shoots him.
Yep.
There we go.
All right, so that gives me that objective now, which is good.
They sold their lives for 2 victory points.
Hey man, who hasn't? Attempting target is 5 now, I believe.
Yes.
Yes.
It's always, well, it came back
Well,
to 5, but yes.
Yeah,
I mean, you got it the second you walked on it.
that is the goal. So that leaves this rhino. I could start peppering the wolf and see if I can't pick up a wound or 2. Do you guys have Philippians again?
No.
No? Okay. Morty, still an 11-inch charge, same thing as the Marines. So I think we will go ahead and I'll just do his shooting into the wolf unit.
Okay.
Woo! So we'll start with Rotwind. Mm-hmm. Stankin' boy. Mortarian. D6 plus 3. 6. This will be hitting on 2s with lethals. That is a blast unit, so I'll add 1.
Yep, go for it. Blast away.
2s looking for 6s. Ermengerd.
4 lethals?
4 cheese. And then you're T6 based on those guys, right?
Yes.
Okay. So this will be on 3s because it's strength 7. All right, so you got 5 AP2.
Down to AP 1. So 4s, doesn't matter. 4 pinball and save. Single damage?
Yes.
All right. Take 1.
Huzzah.
I think we're down to 3 wounds.
And then the lantern, hitting on a 2, looking for a 6 again. Oh,
Nope.
this will be wounding you on a 3 because you are not in contagion range. Does wound at your invuln.
You fail, kills that guy.
Yep, flat 3. Bink, dead dog.
Impossible charge now.
Gaff. I wasn't going to make that charge anyway.
No, that's what you think.
I mean, I'll roll a theory when we get there, but I generally do not believe. I am not a believer.
You're going to believe her even if you tried?
Thank you. You finally did something right. Let's go to this unit.
Mm-hmm.
This is the 5-man unit that was already out. The only thing that they can actually see is these 2 guys.
Absolutely.
Do I want to slingshot over there is the question. I actually don't think I do because you have 10 OC right here. Mm-hmm. So even if Morty jumped over there and I reduced your OC, I would still probably not take it on the best of days. Yeah, so we're just going to go ahead and shoot those guys. 2 dudes that are left. So let's go over to the playcaster. We'll go D6 plus 3, no blast, for 4. Well, this didn't have blast anyway. You are very much in contagion range. Mm-hmm. So 2s. So we got 3 at -2. So cover.
-2 base, or is it?
-2 base.
Okay, yeah. So 4 up?
Invul.
Yeah.
Kills that one guy. Oh, it's D3 damage. So
Yeah.
how many is he at? 1 or?
One guy's dead, and then that'll go to the next guy.
He takes 2.
2. All right. Down to 3.
Nope. And then his hazardous. Nope.
Roll hazardous for me, Rob. Just roll a 1.
I will eventually. I promise you.
And I need you to pull
Blight
a John
launcher on
and
this
fail.
guy. D3 for 2 shots. 3s looking for lethals. Neither. Okay. Melta misses.
Good.
Bolt gun. 2 hits on 3s. And then the plasma gun. I mean, I'm getting a charge, I guess.
You gonna overcharge it?
Hell no.
Coward.
Yes. No. All right, we're all overcharging. So, because the other unit could shoot, but honestly, a charge with the Plague Marines isn't the worst thing in the world for me, because that'll get them out in front of you. Yeah. So let's go ahead and go to the Rhino here now. We'll just go ahead and shoot there into the Wolf.
Thunderwolf.
Thunderwolves. I would shoot the Wolf in. Honestly, they're both bad for me. Both units are bad overall, but we're going to shoot the one that can cross the distance super fast. So let's go to the Rhino, see if I can't pick up a couple wounds. It'll help for an Overwatch later. You are outside of 12, so I got 4 shots on the bolter here. 3s looking for 6s. And then on 5s, 1. No AP.
We're good.
Havoc Launcher D6. For 2.
Still blast.
Yep. No lethals on this one. Neither.
right.
Because you're T6, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I just have the PBC left, but I believe the PBC will end up doing my sabotage. 'Cause I think I actually didn't move that Rhino in the right spot. I'm not going to go move it back now. Huh. Okay, so that being said, I've advanced over here. I did take this objective, so I have attained that. I've opened up this field a little bit for a charge. Just to try and get things stuck in. What's the profile on their weapons again? What did they actually get hammers back, or what's their...
They're strength 5, like AP2, 2 or 3 damage hammers that are anti-vehicle, anti-monster.
Okay.
Their
strength doesn't
hammers-
really matter, so...
2 attacks, strength 5, AP2, 3 damage.
Hitting on 3s?
Hitting on 3s. Reroll 1s to hit because they're death totem.
Did you have an Oath target?
Oh, I completely forgot an oath target, yeah. I couldn't have oathed them, they were in a vehicle.
Everyone else.
I'll remember it in my command phase.
Oh, yeah. That's fine. Okay.
Probably should have oathed this thing.
I mean, you already had your rerolls, right? So like,
Well, I had 1 reroll. I could have had more.
oh, you hit with 2, and you missed with 1, and you rolled
Yeah.
that one. So that one is fine. That you biffed that on the wood roll because you rolled a bunch of 2s.
If only I was generic Space Marines when I got those
Plus
wound
1 to
rolls.
wound, baby.
Yeah, you would have eaten that Lancer right there. You'd been
Yeah, buddy.
dead.
All right, let's get to the charges. So we will go ahead and... You don't have anything reactive in the
I fight on death.
fight on death? Well, that's fine. Ragnar's unit
Yep.
up in there. Would have been a nice unit to crack earlier, but I had to get rid of one of those Lancers. Because having both of those firing off all game would have been a problem. You do have OC on here now. You have 3, correct?
Yes, 3 OC.
Okay. I think I will have the ability to fight first. So I think we're going to go ahead and take the charge here. I believe that's a 6-inch charge.
Here.
You're on the... That's why I didn't want to move it myself.
You're all right.
Cool. That is a 6-inch charge.
We do have vibes getting kicked off right now. First one from Dean P. We got one from Curse Cowboy as well. Guys, got a couple more in here. We can get some votes on them.
Hell yeah. The Cradle of Filth. So let's go ahead and look at doing... heroics aren't going to matter. We'll do a multi-charge here. We'll get these guys into both because they're equidistant. I am at 3 CP still, yeah?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't roll that, so... Doo-doo. That's a 10.
All right.
Don't need nothing else.
You did roll it, you got it, and then you spent a CP for your rerolls.
There.
And I can't fight on death, I just double checked. I have it, it's a 2 CP strat.
Oh,
Yeah.
big difference. Okay, so we'll go that way. We'll get some of the heavy weapons over here for the heavy melee, just to start chopping this thing up. If I do kill it, that'd be great. If I don't, it
What was
doesn't
your
really matter.
primary? Did you score your primary?
Oh, no, I didn't. I was just holding that one over there and this one, so we'll score that here in a second.
You just hit something on there, I don't know what you did.
No, I'll look at it here in a second. I got it.
Stop throwing stuff at me, Rob.
Literally need this flock to get out of my way. Everywhere I want to go, there's flock. It's flocking annoying. Oh, I guess I could actually couldn't get in there. Whee! That one I'm not going to bother reaching for. Okay, let's go ahead and get the Rhino to send it as well. It's a bit of a longer charge, so we'll just roll it first. An 8 actually isn't that bad.
Basically a 6, so you're going to have to pivot.
Yeah, and I think even with the pivots, I needed a 7. Like a 7 on the... Okay, that's fine. So let's go over yonder. Excuse me. With your fake Crocs.
Frocks?
Move that up there for me. We'll take this 5-man yonder. we'll just go and slingshot these guys on a 7. And everything will be closer if these guys fail. 7. They make it on an 8.
Oh no.
What's this guy again?
Wolfguard Battle Leader.
Is that the captain or a lieutenant variant?
Effectively a lieutenant, but kind of a captain at this point. Kind of somehow both.
Kind of somehow. Okay. On 13, add 2 my charge, roll a 12, I'm in. I think that'll be all the charges that are relevant. Because those guys advance, I got up here, I'm going to attack this character. If 5 Plague Marines can't do 3 wounds to him, then that's on there. That's their fault, right?
Yeah.
So we'll let it stand, we'll let the board develop, and then Morty will get to smacking as he needs.
So that was that the unit that got out or not?
That is the unit that got out of the Rhino.
That charged me?
Yes.
All right.
Not the one.
Technically they're marked, for what it's worth.
Well, the ones that were already on the table were the ones that you had marked, which is those guys with
Oh,
the skull
okay.
staff.
Sorry, that's what I was asking.
Yeah, they were.
There we go.
Both of those units were in the Rhino.
Yeah, but the one that came out
disembarked.
first.
Oh, first, yes.
Yeah,
First, yes.
So is that the one is that the first one that
That's
came
the
out?
second one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I didn't move those. I think that's it. So let's get into. You don't have TCP, right? Do you have any way to fight first right now that I don't know about?
No.
Okay. So I'm just going to start over there because it's less dice overall. All right.
Praise be the Emperor and Russ. Give me 4 up invuln saves.
You don't have enough.
For the Vilka Fenrica, we will create a saga using Gladius.
Pretty sure Russ doesn't believe in the Codex.
No, but I'm sure he believes in tactics.
Pack tactics because he's a dog. Got that dog in him. Okay.
You know, Mortari never fought Russ, and if he did, he'd be dead right now.
Speaking of being dead,
It's definitely not Russ.
we know that he's not, but he really probably is.
Nah.
All right, so I got 2 heavy plague weapons each,
Hitting on 4s.
and then
And
there we go.
then
All right, so on 4s with lethals. Okay,
a Leith. And 2 hits.
and then on 2s, you got 3 minus 2 damage.
All right. I'm going to make all of these. All right, he's dead.
Woo! Good start.
Big shout out to Cursed Cowboy gifting 5 Hobby Goblins memberships. Thank you so
yeah.
much for that, Cursed Cowboy. That is enough to slap a rule on these guys. You got something
no.
fun in mind?
Oh, no.
Also, remember those
Slap it on roll.
landmines.
Oh, wait, hey.
Thanks, Cece.
He didn't do the voice when he moved Mortarion this time.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, it's the floor dice.
That one is actually valid.
Oh, man.
Because I really wanted to practice it before I did it, and I just never got a chance.
Well, that would be Morty, right? Is he doing Rick or Morty, or both?
Which one
You
would make the
tell
most
me.
sense in this context, Eric?
Oh, jeez, man.
yeah, that's what makes sense, right? Like we're all on the same
Yeah,
page here?
okay.
Wait a second. Are you fielding Rick Terrion?
I'm Pickle Rick.
Well, it's leg Rick now, right?
What?
You haven't watched it in a while, have you?
I really haven't.
Okay. It's leg Rick now.
Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plague Marines this way, plus the 2 characters, and then the 4 into that.
Yep.
All right. Ooh. Get that out of my hand. It's gross. You said you do not have.
Just 4 of
Philippines.
invuln saves. Yep. We'll double
Alright, so
check.
I'm starting
I
with
think
the.
they took it away from them.
So this unit, we're going to go ahead and use a stratagem here to show things off. Blessings of Filth. I'm getting 5 pluses already from my dude bros there. So I'm going to be getting sustained on 5s and lethals on 5s. I actually don't think I did that all right in the shooting phase, but I got what I wanted anyway, right? I didn't get the sustains on 5s. So I don't need that strat. I do not need +2 to toughness yet until Ragnar gets out, and then we're worried. That's it. So I don't have any strats to use here at all because I already have all the rules baked into my character sheets. So let's go to the, we'll start with the weakest guys first, which is the Putrefier. He's just got Plague Knives. Hitting on 3s, critting on 5s. All right, so this is 3 lethal and 3 sustain.
Isn't this just sustain?
Sustain is for this.
Is it all the time or only
it's all
in
the
shoot?
time.
Okay, that's broken.
That's, you're paying the character tax for this, right?
Yeah.
Like they are more expensive now. And then was I gonna say? Oh yeah, this is on your T4 base or T5? Down to 4. All right, so 4s. Okay. So you got 6. No EV.
Am I involved?
Just
4.
4 upstairs. There goes.
How much damage apiece?
1.
So 1 dies and a wound floats.
Okay. And we'll go over to the Malignant Playcaster. So the big caveat for the sustain thing is that they have to be afflicted already, which you are in the melee phase. And then
Okay. Yeah.
the whole point of me throwing units up in front is to get everything within contagion range.
I know Death Guard needs a points hike for sure.
Some units do. But like, if you're running Plague Marines, you're putting characters on them, you're paying a tax for it.
Fair.
You know, it's not just a unit. It's like, I'm so good.
Well,
Like-
how expensive is that character? Is it like a 60-point character or is it like a 100-point character?
Playcasters are 60, Putrefiers are 65, but the Putrefier is the one that makes it really, really
Right.
gross. But you're also taking a lot of the enhancements.
Got ourselves a new rule in play.
Oh yeah. That's
Looks
what it
like
is.
we need an woo when a Space Wolf charges.
I can do that.
That's easy. That's fair.
I mean, I'm about to go into Space Wolf 1 next turn anyways.
And then this is
So done.
this is interesting as well. Cursed Cowboy asking, anyone else think Russ is going to make the Wolves Chaos Space Marine when he comes back from the warp?
No.
You know, if he did,
That would-
maybe I'd play them more often. Because we all know I'm a heretic.
I think he's going to be the first warp-touched Primarch that we get a rule set for.
Probably, yeah. But like,
And we also have Corvus out there, which
who's like a demon crow at this point?
yes. Yeah, all right, let's be real. So we're talking about wolves, right? Russ comes back, Plague Touched, not Plague Touched, Warp Touched, Primarch, sick. I've loved Raven Guard as a concept because of the whole assassin style Phobos. Like, because I got big into Marines in 8th edition. This is when they released the Phobos stuff. So for me, the idea that one of the most deadly beings in the Imperium is out there going full crow mode right now, hunting Lower Guard down, like keeping him locked up in his tower, phenomenal. I want him to come back, whether it's this or next edition or whatever. Like sometime in the next, I don't know, how old am I? Next 30 years before I give up on this freaking game, right? I want my boy back. I want the Black Parade army to just hit the floor hard.
Bro, it might be like 16th, 17th edition before you see him. He's
I
like
said
one of
I'll give him another 30 years.
he's like the least popular Primarch.
You think?
You'll see, like,
I think Dorn's the least popular.
I think you'll see Dorn before you see him.
Dorn's dead.
Dorn's not dead. They retconned that. It was just his hand.
No, he's dead.
Just his hand.
What Primarch is going to survive without a hand?
Any of them.
Look, we're going to get Alfarius back before that.
Probably.
All right, so the 4 attacks out of the Corrupted Staff here into those guys.
Go
So
for it.
hitting on 3s, looking for 5s.
If I had 2 CB, I'd totally would have fought on death with these guys. I should have budgeted better.
Oh, you just had Rapid Ingress.
Yeah, I did.
You dumb. All right, this will be on Deuce.
No, really what it should be is I brought Bjorn for the extra CP.
Yeah.
Dan was right earlier.
Yeah,
many?
yeah.
How many?
6. 6 total at -1.
3 go through? D3 damage or something, right?
Yep. How many ones are they up? Oh, so 1's just dead.
Yeah. And
3 ones up?
And okay, 1 more dice. There you
Yep, there you go. All right, so he's done. Now we're going to
go.
get into the
There are
rest of
2
the Plague
up
Marines.
but
Oh, there? Okay.
1 was dead, and then you rolled a 2,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that was
Cool. So there's 3 left? Cool.
there's
1,
2
2,
left.
3, 4, 5, 6. 2 left?
2 left.
Oh, yeah, it's one of my guys. Nice.
Yes, that's one of mine, I promise. There's 3 left.
Yeah. All right, the Power Fist
tell
from the
him, chat.
Sergeants is over. No, all 4 of my heavy plague weapons are there. So we're going to do the Power Fist now because of the dead guy. 3 hits, or 3 attacks here. So that's a lethal and sustain, so that'll just go back in. On 2s. So you got 2 invulns, 2 damage.
We're dead.
All right, and then the 3 guys, 1, 2, 3, with plague knives. 4 guys with plague knives. Okay. On 3, he's looking for 5s. All right, so I got 2 sustain and lethal. Those will go there.
Yeah, I got the lethals up here. You're good. Go for it.
And then on
3s? No, 5. 4s.
4s, because you go down.
Because I'm
These ones aren't super crazy. So you got 6 invulns, 1 damage.
All right, I can only fail one. That was close.
Okay. Wolfen unit gone. All right, now the 4 heavy plague weapons into dude. 1, 2, 3,
Into the
4.
tank?
Yep. You are at full health, so I don't have any.
4 heavy plague weapons? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, because it's you get 2 per 5,
Okay.
but I didn't bring any of the bubonic plague weapons
Okay.
because there's 2 sets of melees. All right. All right, hitting on 3s, looking for 5s.
4s.
Hitting on it's 3 attacks. Hitting on 4s. Do 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 do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's gross.
Disgustingly resilient. This will be your T9 based on impulse, or is it T10?
Probably 9. Let me double check.
It's 4s or 5s, so I just need to know.
T9, going down to 8.
All right, so 4s. Oh my god. All right, well, I should go -1 to save. So you got 11 minus 2, 2 damage. You got this.
5s.
He's dead.
Okay, yeah. I only made 2. That's not even statistical.
Woo! Oh.
All right, new rule. We can't talk about tacos before an Eric game.
Take 2.
Okay. I'll kill a guy,
Anymore.
and then
We
you
just
got
can't do it.
your stuff too.
He takes 1.
Yeah, he does. Big
He
dumb
takes 2.
dumb. Let's go ahead and kill this body launcher out.
I bet Dan would be pissed if they went chaos, dude.
I mean, not really.
He's on the cusp. He's already
Dan's
he's
heart
pretty close.
is already in the Black Legion. That was his first. If y'all don't know, sorry for outing you, Dan. You're a heretic. His first army was the Black Legion, a.k.a. the Luna Wolves, or Sons of Horus. Just saying.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, they started as the Luna Wolves, then the Sons of Horus, now they're the Black Legion. That,
That went
almost went in my
Yeah,
notes.
that went really high. That's really good. So yeah, so pop him out.
Yeah.
And do me a favor and just lose 3 mortal wounds on the way out, would you?
Can you eat a bag of something for me first?
Cat oats? What are you doing?
What happened to the? Yeah, what happened to that special candy for him?
Oh, after I tortured players through 2 streams, I figured we could just get rid of the rest of it.
No, I'm glad they're gone. They were awful.
Eric developed a taste for it by the time they were done.
He developed a taste for dog.
I don't know. I never tried them. I just made you guys eat them.
They're pretty bad.
No, you did. You tried them once.
I did not.
I could have sworn you did.
Believe me, I'm pretty well
Pretty
aware
sure I
of
saw
the
you.
places my mouth goes.
Pretty sure I saw you put one in your mouth.
You're
And you said
incorrect.
this is awful.
No, you are incorrect. I saw everybody else say it was awful enough to know I didn't need to taste it because I trust you guys.
It's debatable.
Do you know what Pez tastes like, but
Ish.
it's been in your pocket for like a month and it's also sweaty? That's almost what it tastes like.
developed its own sweat glands.
Yeah. It's pituitary gland. 7 days, yeah. 4 ones, baby, let's go.
Single one.
We take those.
Eat a bag, Rob.
Bah. Bag, 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 bag. Ba-da-da-dang-dang. I believe, what's the scoring for Scorched Earth? Do you remember? It is 5 points for No Man's Land.
Yep, no man's land.
And I held just the one, so I'll
Yep.
get my 5.
Oh no. Well, I don't have to do zoomies next turn for sure. No way. No way I'm catching up right now.
Oh, wait, wrong guy. You get 0 because you stink. Actually, that's me. Okay, so as far as all that goes, we did pretty well.
Yep.
I'm going to do my consolidates here so I can just kind of, a couple things. Actually, no, we'll leave it because I think there's a chance that I might have to tag you. Where'd that 3-inch tool go?
No, I'm still standing on it.
It's not a springboard. Yeah, we'd end up within 3. So we're just going to go ahead and chill. We'll stay on both sides of the terrain, which actually isn't too bad for me pound for pound, because I've got a pretty good spread of models here, even if you do engage me. That being said, I took you off your primary. I did take Tempting Target. I did start Sabotage, and I put a lot of things in threat range for you. So I'll go ahead and turn it over to you. Pass turn.
And we're going to go ahead and close up this hot dog poll.
Go up to 1 CP. You didn't spend me when I did it. Wait, no. Did I spend it? No, I
And
never
for you
spent it.
taco people, I'm sorry, but sandwich
You had
won.
one last turn.
Yeah, I'm going up to 2 now. Taco people? What's wrong with tacos now? Do you not like
we had
tacos?
we had the debate. I remember you actually tuned out for half of the episode so far. We were discussing hot dogs, whether
yeah.
they were tacos or sandwiches.
Right.
The poll has decided by a very slim margin, I'll add, that a hot dog is a sandwich.
Okay, yeah, that works for me. I think a taco is basically a sandwich too at this point.
Well, that's my argument, right?
Yeah.
A taco is a sandwich as well. It meets all the criteria.
What?
Oh, did you roll my objectives? How dare you?
Sorry, you don't know how to use electronics. So.
It's click on it. It's literally.
you
click.
messed it up earlier.
No, I didn't. You did.
All right, guys, don't make me turn this car around.
No.
All right, all right.
But he pulled secure no man's land and storm hostile objective.
So secure no man's land. So hostile. There's 2 hostile objectives, but
Good luck.
I need to
Remember, I do
control-
have fights first.
Yeah, I know. I need to control 2. 2 and
One.
Just
You just have to
storm
take one.
yeah. Okay.
Which, if you commit to the middle, which isn't good for you, but
Yeah.
I mean, your wolf could trade out. Oh, but you won't have OC.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's that's a risky one.
So that's stuck over there right now. That's okay. Oh, we got that fight. Oh, you killed him. Never mind.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, I forgot.
No,
he
he
was-
did.
he died so quick. I forgot he died. To be honest,
That's fair. I get that.
we will go into Space Wolf Wa. Or
does that
sorry,
sound like?
Space Marine Wa.
What does that sound like?
I'm not gonna yell it, but ooh, we're coming for you. I don't know.
That a woo is worse than my wah, just so
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I know. Ooh. So advance and charge, I think, is what I'm doing right now. Actually, I
Like
mean, yeah,
lame woos, dude.
just in case, we're going to do advance and charge. And my oath target, we'll use this big hunking metal rod dice, because that's who I think brought it in, right?
It is mine.
Like, what was this? Were you throwing this at players or something?
No, that was back when Necrons had just launched and they were super oppressive with the 18 Wraith build. And I played 3 of them in a row at a GT, and I beat all 3 of them. But I was stressed out, and there was one more guy that had that build, and he was in the. We were going into round 5, and he also was undefeated at the time. And so I went up and I bought these dice, and they have effectively spikes, actual metal spikes on them. And I told the shop owner, I was like, if I get paired into this next Necron guy, I'm going to throw these as hard as I possibly can at him, because I am so over Wraiths, man. And that was a fair feeling. That was a lot of Wraiths to chew through. It sucked.
Space Wolf Dan says we just lost Space Wolf fans with that howl. Even more so, I'm willing to bet we just saw some like faction changes.
I can see I can see the dip right there. Yeah, that checks out. That coincides with the timestamp.
Yeah, we're gonna need you to do a little better than the next charge, Eric.
Look, when I charge, I'll do some ahoos, but like I didn't really want to like damage my throat right now.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
You don't want to damage
throat
your throat,
concerns.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So this is going to have rapid fire.
Is
It's done in my command phase.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
And he's just going to follow him.
I can't wait to mortal wound him to death next turn.
I hope you don't.
I really hope I do.
These head takers and Ragnar will advance.
Okay.
Ooh, 8 inches.
Barley. And you're in what doctrine right now?
Advance and charge. Well, Ragnar makes them do it natively.
Okay. I just want to make sure you like what doctrine specifically you're in, because I didn't pay attention to you.
Assault.
Okay. Eric, you realize that's where my good flamer is, right?
Yeah, I'd rather get your good flamer than all your good melee. Because I'm going to charge this way.
I have fights first.
I
It doesn't
know.
matter.
Yeah, you're only going to have 3 inches.
Ayo.
They're over here.
Ew.
I'm going to fight over here.
That's whatever. Like, I mean, we take what we got. So we're going to spend the CP, because that is literally my good flamer.
Yeah.
And my shooting's over here, so we're just going to let it ride, right? All right, so let's go over to you. Is anybody wounded? There are. We'll go ahead and start with the plasma guy. We'll start with him. All right, on
Overcharge?
6s? Yeah. 6s, nothing? We'll just knock his out real quick. Okay. Yeah, because it's all 4. I killed one of them already, so all my guns are on this side. So we got the Blight Launcher. So 2d3 shots plus blast. Yes, so 4, 5, 6. 6s. All right, so that's 2 lethals. They are not sustained because in the shooting phase, I believe, is the wording not when they're selected to shoot. Let me verify. In my shooting phase.
What's going on, Stephen Strait?
So no sustained in melee?
While this unit is leading a unit, each time this model makes an attack that is afflicted, which you are,
Okay.
I get sustain 1. So these two do explode. So on 2s, all right, so you got 4. Oh, brother. I believe these are AP 1. 2 damage
two.
pop. 1 goes over. Okay. Let's go with the bolt guns quick. We've got 2 blind launchers, 2 melted gun. We'll do the bolters. So 1 lethal with an explosion on a 3, 2 no AP.
We're good.
Nice, good job. All right, the melta. Neither. And I'm not gonna. I believe that's in. I'm not gonna worry about that lethal because of that dude. I believe that doesn't sync up right now.
Well, you couldn't lethal on 5s in Overwatch anyways. That doesn't work.
Fair. Yep. Yeah. There it is. Yeah. All right. So that is the Plague Marines with the guns that I have left. We'll go to the Playcaster, D6 plus 3. Nice for 6. This will be on 2s. All right. These are not dev. There you go. So you've got
5.
5 AP2, D3 damage.
Fail 2.
One guy's auto dead. And then the other one takes 2.
Down to 1.
And then the Putrefier has Injector Pistol. Oh, precision would be funny. Is precision? No, because that's the keyword, so that doesn't work here. All right.
It's when you assign
This
damage.
is. All right. And then, so it's 5 shot out of the Hyper Blight grenades. 1. And this will be anti-infantry? No, this will just be on a 2 regardless. All right, 2 minus 1, 2 damage. Kills another. All right, that is all the shooting out of that unit.
Oh, I feel like I'm playing against John. No one else.
You walked in front of the only unit with a flamer on that side of the table.
Yeah, but the flamer only did one thing. It was all the other stuff.
Yeah.
That sucked.
Well, it is his fault I got sustained.
Yeah.
So. Okay, well, that gives me a lot of breathing room.
I mean,
That unit can still clap, but I do have enough for the interrupt now, or the
Yeah, you have enough for the interrupt.
Specifically, the fights first, not
yeah,
interrupt.
it isn't. It's an interrupt.
But it's a first fight interrupt.
It's an interrupt.
It's better
Yeah.
because you know hit me first.
Yep. JPIs.
47.
I got 'em.
Okay.
Plus 5, so 17.
17.
Hey, buddy.
What up, dude? Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog?
Alrighty. Problems.
What problems? Where?
Everywhere. These Wolfen will advance. Yeah. It's really bad. Plus 4, so.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
13.
you suck.
Hey, man.
Holding down that friendship right here on Hobby Goblin's Cave.
I thought this was a lot closer than it was all of a sudden. But I mean, this is your clapback turn, right? So
Maybe.
you can kill a 5-pack of Marines probably.
Make it clap, Eric. Make it clap.
Actually, we're going to go this way.
Just forfeit that idea entirely.
Yeah.
Skirt! Send it away. Yeah, go right next to the 2 damage guys. Yeah, it's a great idea for you. Overwatch again.
You can't do that. Don't lie to me.
It's the Champions of Rust special detachment rule.
Thunder Cav.
Thunder
For
your cow,
17.
dude. I think Space Wolves would be sick if you could take the Blood Angel detachment. The +2 to your strength and +1 to your attack and all the other stuff that they have. That would be a fun Space Wolf game. But no, you suck.
So that's the guy who's the furthest away. All right.
silly little puppy. I'm gonna beat him.
We're going to get off the wall. Stay on the objective, though.
Coward. We're in a Kool-Aid man with Morty.
We're going to 1.1 this wall, so.
1.1. I dare you to measure 1.1.
Illusion.
Nope, sorry, I'm gonna need you to disembark that wall.
Gotcha. I deserve it. It's all right. I think that's my movement. The other JPIs will come in. You see that stick?
Stick.
Stick.
I can show you where to put that stick.
I bet.
On the ground. Wow, you really want to be on the wall in case you fail that charge?
I don't.
Go in the crevice. Oh, well, you might not be able to because of the PVC.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Okay.
Not like perfectly.
Yeah, I know.
You just need to be within 10. I mean, no matter what, like that PVC's got your number next turn if you fail that charge, so don't fail that charge.
For sure.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You good? You're being really quiet. You're focusing really hard.
Because, dude, this is the first time I've really played a Space Wolf army this edition. It is scary, sir. Considering you're more experienced with the army you're piloting. And
Definitely
I've
good to
clearly-
get you here before we threw you into the Space Wolves mirror, right?
This is about as Thunderdome as it's going to get, so. I can't wait to spend 3 CP in the next turn. And take the last signs of your happiness.
Wait, you saw signs?
Yeah, he smiles, but it doesn't reach his eyes. Those are dead coals.
I mean, genetically
Where are you
speaking.
going?
Now we're going over here.
Pick a corner to commit to. That's not in front of Morty. That's the rule. Kite Morty. I really hope you make all your charges. You deserve that.
I hope to make many.
Because it's the only way this game goes past this turn.
That's real nice coming from the guy with fights first.
Yeah, I know, right?
Back it up, Terry.
Scary Terry. All right. Everything is out. This is a go turn. We're praying to Russ.
You have to send it.
Hopefully I can send this, but we got a couple shots going down towards Morty. We're rapid fire range.
4 outs, baby. Let's go. That's literally your shooting, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Send it.
I mean, I think I got some pistols, but we're not going to worry about those. Everything in range is going to shoot Morty.
And you are out of contagion range because I did not shoot him.
Yep.
Or you're not afflicted,
Yeah.
specifically.
Hitting you on 3s, wounding you on 3s. I got pocket rerolls.
What's in your pocket?
Rerolls. All right. The pocket reroll to hit. Everything hits.
Hey, that's what's supposed to happen to the rhino.
And the pocket reroll to wound.
Hey.
Hell wound.
Thank God he doesn't have depth. All right, 4 ups, yeah?
Funny you should say that.
Yeah, go ahead and take that one. You deserve
Yeah.
that.
So just for some background, everybody at home, like Eric brought up a few weeks ago that when he was playing Space Wolves, he never lost the Space Wolves mirror,
Yeah.
which is why we want to put him up against Dan. Of course, giving him an opportunity to warm up. But being that you're like the old wolf here, that kind of like makes you the Mike Tyson in the Mike Tyson-Jake Paul match, right? So Rob, if you want to go ahead and pay Eric to lose this thing, we can go ahead and get some tacos.
I don't have to pay him. It's just going to work out that way. All right, so 7 damage on a 4.
Yeah.
So
Wait,
5s?
you mean 5s? Yeah.
I'd
It's
say
plus
5.
3 damage.
Okay, I thought it was +2, but yeah. All right, so it takes 5.
To be honest, I thought it was plus 4.
You're not playing Chaos Knights.
I know, but like it feels so many times I've been shot by that, and it felt like it was a plus 4. And I was just like, oh
Well,
my god.
Dan's rerolls on that gun are pretty casino
He's
candy.
like, oh, I rolled a 1. 6. Sorry. Oh.
Yeah, that 6 still kills whatever is shot at.
Icarus rocket pod. Actually, that might not be in range.
24?
Yeah, it's not. All right. Because that one had anti-fly 2+. That would be kind of fun. But yeah,
That's it?
who's ready for some awoos?
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
We're going to start with these guys.
Yeah, send it.
Yeah, we're
I
going
have score no points for the subjective, so it's fine.
to charge both of those fellows over there.
Do the big light. Do the
Actually, no, we're just going to charge the one on the objective. We are in. Oh!
That wasn't bad.
Much better.
That wasn't bad. I'll give you that. It wasn't bad.
Half a saga?
Yeah.
I'll take it.
It's called a doctrine.
It's a sag.
It's a sag.
You got a sag.
He's sagging.
All right, impacts on him.
Sure.
Take 2.
Okay. I mean, he's dead, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Unless you really stuff this up.
Thunderwolves are going to charge the Rhino and
doesn't show up on the screen.
these guys right here.
Sure.
They're in with an 8.
Yes, you are. Oh, you can't see it, but only if it's really, really bright. There it is. Remember, we are in the -1 aura.
Yep.
So do not roll 3s, only 4s. Stinky little puppies.
Gross. Stop it.
I watched El Dorado the other night, The Road to El Dorado, the animated one. I haven't seen that in a while. I forgot how damn good that movie is.
Did
I mean,
you
there was
enjoy
a
it?
period where like most animated films that came out were just good films.
Yeah.
No, I think that was my time frame.
Yeah, I made Holly, I made her watch The Iron Giant for the first time because she had never watched it. That
yeah.
one's a banger.
And
That movie
good.
hits you all over the feelings.
That one and the Brave Little
Read them.
Toaster.
Get in the combat range.
Well, they can't make it on that charge.
Doesn't he give him like +1 or something crazy?
No.
Wow, he sucks.
He gives them advance and charge natively.
Fair.
All right. These guys are just going to go for a longer charge. See if they can't throw it in there.
A Mo Betta one?
Yeah. So minimum engagement, right about there. Front to front, 11-inch charge.
Yeah.
So you're saying there's a chance.
There's a chance.
Where?
Oh! I mean, I felt good about that one, but no.
Oh.
TP reroll it.
No.
What do you need TP for right now?
Fight on death. We're going to charge these two things here.
Sure.
So 5.
Yeah.
Oh!
Hey, there you go.
Hey, there was the big number.
That would have been the good
Yeah.
game tying one.
All right, so this is the farthest guy. I'm going to go engagement. Actually, we can
How about you
engagement
move
range.
your first model into engagement range?
I can move any of them.
The first one you move gets inside.
Shut up. I do what I want.
You know that's the way it goes. You know how it goes. Do it right.
Are you happy?
Yeah. I need you to disembark before you do a charge roll.
All right.
That's it on this end?
Yeah, that's it on this end.
No, it's all of them. Wow, you don't have very much.
No. Oh, wait, I got that other charge over there.
Oh,
The JPIs need a 9.
into what? Which way are you going? Just pick one.
We'll go into the PBC.
Okay. If you make it, I'll move you.
Shut up, Luke.
Nice, dude. Where was that earlier?
Calling my shots for me. I don't appreciate
Luke
that.
called a 6 off mic.
I mean, to be fair, you
taking Luke to
typically
the-
fail 5s with rerolls, so that 6 should have been a boost of confidence.
Yeah.
I'm taking Luke to get a scratch off later. My man's calling the shots.
All right. Spend
Spend the CP!
You gonna spend your 2 CP fights first?
That's 1 CP.
Why is it 1?
Because I hate you.
Because death.
I did go back and verify very specifically that it would have to be. So Rapid Infusion, and it's only for units that have 2 character models. Mm-hmm. Like, so it's very restrictive. Again, it's the character tax.
Yeah.
So that unit is going to pop fights first. Yeah, Ragnar is going to slap back and all that stuff. But if I take him off the table now, then I have a higher chance with all this. So it's because your 4-ups could pass off. And then I believe I don't need to do the +2 to my toughness until I've been selected. And that's only for stuff that has a character built into it, which is this unit. And if you're dead, you're dead. Does a fights first count towards that? Like if the,
For what?
you select me for attacks
I haven't
back,
selected yet at all.
but when you do the fights or fight on death, that would be selected for attacks, right? That counts for triggering those things. Because normally you'd be like, my unit activates and does this. But I think fight on death, you don't normally say it like that.
Don't know.
I feel like
each
that.
time a model in your unit is destroyed, if that model is not fought this phase, do not remove it from play. The destroyed model can fight after the attacking models have finished making their attacks and is then removed from play.
Yeah, so then you still have to allocate your attacks and select it to
Yeah.
attack. So that works. I want to make sure that I haven't had that interaction literally ever. So I'll spend the 1 CP. Oop, she gone. Down to 3.
Spend our 2 for fight on death over here.
Sure.
I
And
kind of
that's
wanted to have 1 extra for, Lance. That
literally anything. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been great. But I don't think. Actually, so who's going to attack? So all yours, you have 1 power fist coming this way,
Power Fist, the staff, and a
then
bunch of
plague
plague knives.
Send it. We won't spend it. We'll hold on.
You're not going to spend the fight on death?
No.
You fool!
Yeah. Well, like
Scoot over, because I got to work some really weird pylons here.
like I don't know if those guys can. Like they're over here, 3 inches. We'll drop.
Oh,
them
no,
here.
yeah, those guys don't.
So hopefully I can stick a few saves, and I'm not going to get plague fisted.
Oops, sorry.
Have you been reading Rob's Tinder profile again?
No, I stay away from that, man.
That's for the best.
I mean, it's all over Reddit. I don't know how you avoid it.
I only look at Pokemon stuff on Reddit, man.
He's got one of those too.
I bet he does.
You know what I'm going to do this Volpani, Batman? No, Joker. Don't do it, Joker. All right, then we'll just place those 3 casually there, because they're not going to fight through.
You know, maybe we should have done a few test games.
one,
Maybe
two,
like
three,
relearn
four,
how to
five,
play
six.
Space Wolves.
No, man. Like, trying to get familiar with the thing you're doing on stream in front of a bunch of people, that's, sounds boring. Just raw dog it like this and embarrass
Well, that's why I'm so
yourself. That's it.
quiet. I'm having like,
so
what
scared.
what do I do again? How does this army work? Like, I read through a bunch of stuff, and I was just like, okay, remember this. And I clearly forgot a bunch of it, right?
I'm going to spend another CP here as well. So go down to 2 for the reroll hits and wounds. Mm-hmm. Actually, that one. Yep. So we're good.
Nah, I think it's just better.
You still want to do the?
Yeah,
That's,
I wanna
this
do
will be the fight on death.
Yeah, I'll do the fight on
Because
death.
I forgot about how that played out. So it'll be the 3 heavy weapons will be out, but I've got all the plague knives, the power fist, and then 2 characters. He's also got plague knives, so it's not that important.
Eric, Jack just sounded off. He believes in you. You can do it.
Which Jack?
do
Jack Reacher.
Jack Reacher? I promise you.
More like Jack Creature.
Calm down, son.
Oh, that's pretty good. All right, so those are lethal and sustain.
Gross.
I'm winning you on 2s, rerolling all wounds. All right, so you've got 6 at your invuln, D3 damage. It begins.
Well, it's all 4s regardless. Fail 2.
Cool. All right. First one is 2. So kills again on those 2. I
You
failed.
killed all the guys, I thought.
These are 3 wounds above?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 2 got through, 1 did 2 wounds.
Okay,
the
yeah,
other one
yeah.
kills a guy.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I blanked out on some of that math. He'll fight on death.
In a minute. All right, Putrefier, his Plague Knives are just going to roll into the next unit with the rest of the Plague Marines, and I'll do the fists afterward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, I think I should have been a little more cagey in my deployment, maybe. And put more things in reserve.
People don't respect Death Guard randoms, that's all I'm saying. Without them, Death Guard are dead-ass slow. But being able to just jump out and assault the board is...
Yeah.
All right, this is Plague Knives. So hitting on 3s, looking for 5s for all the shenanigans. But re-rolling, oh my goodness.
I mean, this might be a case if this becomes like a super meta army, to just bring a bunch of snipers. Like, first we crack the shell, then we crack the nuts inside.
That's what she said.
What movie is that from? Do you know?
Am I supposed to be listening to you right now? What'd you
Yes.
say? Oh, legitimately.
I don't watch anime, Eric.
It's not an anime, technically.
Oh, technically.
Oh, that's a
It's,
giveaway.
it's an 80s cartoon.
Okay. Yep. That's my time frame, but yeah, still don't know.
Okay.
So it's 11 lethal sustained.
These guys are so dead.
All right, I mean,
Like, I feel like that unit is, like, how much is that full unit with those characters?
I'm not going to stop to do math right now.
Okay,
I'm not
okay.
that smart. All right, this will be on 3s because you're down 4 to 3.
Yeah.
But we're rolling those.
He's having to count 30 dice. I mean,
Look, let me just keep track of all my rules because this detachment has a lot going on.
Clearly too much.
Anyway, you're dead. Just kidding. All right, so that's the 11 from earlier.
So yes, if anyone can guess
15.
what that quote is from,
20.
I'll take a
25,
couple floor dice for it. I'll take D6 floor dice if you can guess what it is.
30. Okay.
Go Google Rangers.
34. 34. No AP.
34, no AP. We're gonna start with 6 at a time here.
Sure.
Guy dies.
That's a good start.
Yeah. That's totally statistical. He's also dead. Another statistical. He's got 5 wounds. He's still almost dead. Good Lord. And now he's dead. All right, so they're all just going to fight on death.
Woo!
That was nuts.
Now, the damage is done before your fights on death pops. My enhancement pops because as soon as the damage is allocated and I kill a character with that unit, I get my second contagion. I am going to go from here on in with the -1 to save permanently.
Okay. Yeah. I just don't think I know how to fight against that, to be honest. Or this detachment specifically.
What's going on, Space Pilgrim? They say G.I. Joe.
No.
No.
What did you say? Sorry, I legitimately didn't.
First we crack the shell, then we crack the nuts inside.
That sounds like something you would say though. So.
All right, so hitting on 3s, but re-rolling because
Because you said technically not animated.
it's
right?
it's an 80s cartoon.
What's the one with the sharks? You like that one. You like that one. I know you did.
I
Street
watched,
Sharks?
it was
Street Sharks. There it is. Yeah, yeah.
Is that your guess?
Sure.
No.
I didn't know anyway, so that's
All
fine.
right.
Have you seen the Vin Diesel commercial for Street Sharks?
Yes. No.
What?
Yeah, he was the original actor for Street Sharks, or the original actor in the commercial for Street Sharks.
Does weapon have sustain? Yes, sustain.
-1 to hit.
I hit you on 3s.
it's probably.
Oathed.
Oh, damn,
It's-
got it.
Oh, there we go. Space Wolf Dan coming through Transformers.
Yes.
Yeah, they liked
movie.
cracking nuts. That makes sense.
Yeah.
The movie.
Yes, Transformers the movie. T6.
We spent the CP for the +2 toughness, so it's
So,
8.
okay, so 5s?
Would it have mattered? What's your strength on your unit?
5s. He's 6. He's the only one that it mattered against.
Okay.
So
And all
that's-
of them are fighting?
Yes.
Do you have to roll for it?
Huh?
Did you have to roll for it?
No.
For the fight on death? It's just auto?
Yeah.
Because not all of them are auto. That's what I'm
Yeah.
asking. Like, specifically, like, most of them aren't.
No, nope. It's auto.
Nice. Oh, Gladius.
Yeah. It's also 2 CP.
Space Marines are done. Yeah. That's what, I see. 2 CP auto fight on death. There it is.
Well, I have a 1 CP fight on death with Chaos Knights. But it's only 1 model. So.
Yeah. That's different.
D6 floor dice. Rob, roll it for me.
Where's my loaded one?
Jeez.
Woo! CP reroll. Hold on.
Oh, you.
Hey!
I'll take 3 if you want to burn a CP.
Oh, whatever. That's fine. I'll take 3. I get CP for days.
Yeah, clearly.
You're going to have an army after this turn, so it's fine.
So that's 4 at AP3.
4 AP3.
2 damage apiece.
Okay. 6s. 4 die.
Taker 1.
I'm going to leave the heavy.
Yeah,
weapon.
that's the. So that's specifically from the attack on Autobot City. When Soundwave is throwing the little, I can't remember what they're called, but the little Decepticons that were in the cassette tapes, and he told them to Operation Interference. They jump on like the radio tower. The guys with the big hammer hands. First we crack the shell, then we crack the nuts inside.
I feel like this is a core memory for you. That
It
was
is.
really specific.
I could quote that.
I want to know, how did that movie hit you in the emotions?
It did.
Yeah?
They killed-
Was that the last time you felt something?
Probably. I still feel it.
Yeah.
They killed Optimus.
Yeah.
they kill him
Spoiler, guys.
every time.
He's died a lot.
Yeah, spoiler alert for sure, guys. It's a newer film from the 80s.
On fives. Two at AP2, AP, and damage 2.
2 down. Okay. And these guys will consolidate.
And then after this interaction, I'll have
I'll
a
stay there.
little trivia question for you guys.
Okay.
We'll just stay there. I don't need to consolidate onto the objective because we'll just deal with you later.
Yep. We're just going to sling all of our attacks at the PBC.
The Berber's turn.
Hitting you on 4s, rerolling 1s.
Did you hit on 3s natively?
Yes. It's a Space Marine.
Yeah, I mean, Wolfen got slapped around a couple of different times in the last 2 editions. So.
Look, they've always hit on 3s. It's their shooting that was like, we hit on 5s or 6s.
Yeah, fine, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and like, there's no point in taking the shooting
And
because
no armor because it's all in one
no,
sword.
they have a 4-up armor.
And a 4th.
The ones with shields, yeah. On 3s. That'll be 4 at AP2 damage 3, I think.
4s. We're good.
4s.
2 up armor save.
That has a 2-up armor save now?
It's had one for the last edition, like the whole edition.
I don't remember it being 2-up. That's gross.
They took away so it used to be T12 2-up save, which was like, oh, it was thick. But now it's T10 2-up armor save.
Gross. I don't remember it being a 2-up armor save.
She thick.
So that's unfortunate. Yeah, how many points is that thing? Not 200, right?
195.
Yeah. 210. Easy. Point indirect out of the game, GW.
I'd be fine with it not having indirect.
Those
They
guys are
give me
gonna-
my entry cannons back, so those things are slap.
Yeah, how did your entropy cannons get range back?
Because they screwed us so bad. They were like, hey, this is the only ranged unit you have. Let's go ahead and just gimp that. And then they were like, hey, we'll get Blight Haulers better. And then they were like, we'll take half of those away.
On 4s?
Into the Marines?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because clearly, yeah, I'm getting there.
No, I got you. I'm just helping you, crybaby.
Yeah, I want tacos. That'll be my consolation prize. You can buy me tacos.
Strength what?
I'm going to need 5s.
Okay.
Or strength 5.
2?
Not even.
I'm going to need you to swing harder.
They're damage 3, but AP 2.
5s? Nope, 2 down.
The JPI is punching you.
I'll just pick this guy up.
Okay. Yay.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that.
All
I'll
right.
give you a pity prize.
Okay.
My fight specs.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll just go ahead and do my. I believe these guys have 3 attacks.
I don't think this is going good for me, Rob.
4s. No, this is awful for you. And then your T5 down to 4.
Yes.
1 minus 1.
They're good.
Cool. All right, here. It's going to be. That's the sergeant with the power fist. No, that is. Which means that he's going to be a heavy weapon, and this will be a plague knives. So we got the.
I kind of feel like Thunderwolf Cavalry need a native +1 to wound or stronger weapons.
Lance. Lance.
Yeah.
Hey, you get that in Space Wolf Detachment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. All right.
I guess I need to bring Bjorn for that extra CP.
Power fist. Just 1 lethal. And then on a. Because you're 6 down to 5, right?
Yeah.
All right. So just 1 minus 2.
We're good.
The heavy plague weapon. Nothing. And then the heavy plague knives. 2 hits on 5s. Nothing. And the rhino. Huzzah. Ooh. 1 minus 1. Third.
We're good.
Whatever. All right, that's it. Oh, this rhino. Yeah. Yeah. Stick it to him.
It's all right.
I mean, that would have been the icing on the cake. So
Yeah. I think I stormed I stormed 2 objectives, I guess. I got some points.
You stormed 1.
2.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I forgot about that one entirely. but it doesn't matter. So is that 4 or 5? It's 4. 4, and then secure. You are on 1.
I'm securing, baby, and I can't discard it for CP because I have succeeded in some fashion.
Okay. All right. So that'll end that for that. So sabotage will pop over there. 2 for that. You didn't get any primary, and that'll take us into turn 3, top of 3.
Yes, sir.
Passing turn back.
Well, I'm definitely not winning right now, so no zoomies.
It's actually only 20 to 24 by my count, so we're not even getting a challenger card.
Gross. I will oath something.
Oath me before I do my stuff.
Don't oath me, bro.
Doth thou even oath, bro?
We'll oath them again. They'll stay oathed.
Sure. Okay. Let's get my secondaries. Defend stronghold. Ha! Ha! And then overwhelming force. Yeah, I mean, that tracks, right? We're gonna go kill someone.
Question. If the guy with that enhancement dies, do you still keep the plague for the rest of the game?
Yeah.
Does it state that?
It doesn't stipulate anything about him being alive.
Well, then that enhancement's no longer on the table. Rule doesn't apply. That's how I would look at it. Does it say for the rest of the game?
Yes, it specifically
Okay,
does.
it says for the rest of the game.
Yeah,
Okay.
it specifically says for the rest of the game. I might. So right now I'm on 2 objectives. If I auto pass those guys, I might do it because that'll be 10 points, and that's all you can take in Scorched Earth is maximum 10. So I'm gonna go ahead and go down to 2, and auto pass those guys. Theory roll. Yeah, that's why we do it, baby. I get 1 attempt at a tallyman here. I do on an 8, so I get the CP back now. And defend stronghold. I'm actually considering just pitching it like straight up and trying to get a new one because I'm not going back. I'm just going to keep going that way, and if you just stay here, you just stay here, right? There's no capture enemy outpost or whatever shenanigans, right? So I'm going to go ahead and spend a CP to discard and redraw for cleanse, which is fine. So I go down to 2 overall. So I have cleanse and overwhelming. Easy points.
Now, quick question for you, just for timing and sequencing. At the top of the turn, you do you draw your rules. Does that happen before or after the tallyman?
They're both at the start of the command phase, and so
Either way,
I get priority on how I want
Nice.
to do it.
Typically on stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah, anything that shares the same window, active player gets priority, or gets to decide priority.
Choose, yeah.
Yeah, so Giga dead, so he's probably going to run for the hills. I need to figure out how I want to. Morty might just go that way and assist with them and have these guys go this way. Because pound for pound, intercessors will probably maybe kill me back once for 1 model. And as far as the contagion goes for this turn, that's for you. That was from your character.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're going to maintain the -1 to hit because the leadership in OC is nice, but with Morty jumping over here and these Plague Marines also, like I'm not going to worry about OC on that objective at this point. Is there 2 OC up top for mounted? I imagine you are. You just let me know if that changes though.
2, yeah.
Okay. I've played against a lot of Thunderwolves recently.
Oh, never mind. He's not within 24. I can't overwatch him. Curses.
Yeah.
30 roll if he were within 24. Would have been a wasted CP.
That's my boy right there. All right. These guys will go ahead and move up 5.
Oh, geez, Rick.
Cheese and crackers. Oh,
Need to be a little more high-pitched.
geez, Rick. I don't know about that.
Oh, jeez, Rick.
Is that Mickey Mouse?
Oh, boy.
Geez, Rick.
I just love me some killing.
And you got out there and you make me my money.
That sounds like the original script for Steamboat Willie.
Specifically, it was the what was it? It was South Park, the Jonas Brothers episode.
Jonas and Disney, I think, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they do like,
Where
well,
Mickey
they
li-
did Jonas then Disney, but yeah.
Well, I mean, they still show up in the same episode.
Yeah.
Because they did the purity rings, and then Mickey came out and he was like, "You're gonna go out there, you're gonna make me my money, and you purity rings are dumb." Blah, 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 blah.
Well, there was the whole episode of like Disney and China and Randy and the Bat,
That was also a good one.
and that's how COVID happened in the South Park world. Yeah. Because him and Randy and Mickey got busy with a bat and brought it back to the States.
We have cleanse rights.
Also, I think that's the episode where they killed Winnie the Pooh.
Did anybody watch that that Winnie the Pooh horror film? Did you see that?
No.
Is it talking about Five Nights with Freddy or something?
No, no. So like Winnie the Pooh just recently went into public domain, right? Like
Really?
any,
They couldn't
like,
stop
open
it?
license, right?
That was like two
several years ago.
It was like 2-3 years
Oh,
ago.
I didn't hear about that.
But yeah, everything basically ages out at some point, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so somebody made a live action horror film where Winnie the Pooh is the killer.
No shit.
Yeah. It looks terrible, but probably worth a watch.
Get off me, dog.
Good Lord. Oh, okay. Yeah, that looks pretty bad. So, like, I know Disney's been fighting for years to keep, like, everything, and they speed bumped it. So, like, all that old IP should have, like, gone to public domain, like,
So I think
decades ago.
Donald Duck, like the original Sailor Duck, Donald Duck, is coming up in 2034. I think is his IP release.
Yeah.
So like that's another one. Everyone's just like, murder duck, let's go. Like, it's gonna be an instant take.
It's just going to be a bunch of different like takes on Howard the Duck at that point.
Yeah. But yeah, no, they're
Howard the
like,
Duck hasn't had TV screen time outside of the Avengers in what,
you
4
know,
decades?
don't quote me on this, but like I think like the American like IP laws are something like the weirdest that you can keep extending over and over again, and it takes like a certain like act of Congress to get to the point of where like they stop renewing the IP protection on it, and it's like 100 years. It's ridiculous, or it's close to like 100 years. So that's why it's just been forever, and like Disney's been trying to get the laws altered every time it's getting close so they can just keep extending.
So Disney's a bag of babies, man.
You're not wrong.
All right, so for cleanse, we've got the 2 rhinos doing their thing. Overwhelming force, I've got to kill you off that objective.
Oh boy. Oh no.
Oh, and that objective over there. Nice. Yeah, I forgot. I was like, there's only 1 unit left. But
Well, hurry up, Rob. I want some tacos.
oh no. Oh, don't forget to bring a towel. All right, so the movement phase, Morty's going to do his splody thing. You are afflicted, so on a 2+, you take D3.
I don't want.
Hey, Dan, are you behind? What is Eric right on? I just got a message. Eric is right in chat.
About what?
Eric is right about
Oh, the IP stuff? Maybe, I don't know. How many more ones did I take on that?
2.
Oh, he's talking about the IP stuff. Yeah, he says that's why Fox kept making the Fantastic Four and X-Men movies.
Yeah.
Was to stay relevant and not lose the IP.
Well, I mean, Fox had that whole like Fantastic Four movie that never got released. They made it just be like, let's spend a couple $1 million.
They
to
hold on to our IP.
The very first Fantastic Four film.
So it was the second, I believe. There was a much older one way back in the day. I think they made it, but also it was made just to hold on to it.
Like
the-
minimum budget as possible.
Yeah, but I think there's like 2 that have never been released.
The Schneider cut?
No, I think the Snyder Cut's probably way better.
All right, let's go into the rest of our shooting now proper. So we'll go here. Obviously, we're going to shoot into this. The mortar will go ahead and shoot this.
How
Because on a
dare
5+, I'll kill him.
Maybe. On a
mean,
5
that'd be
plus
sick.
followed by a 5 plus.
That'd be sick.
That would suck.
All right, so here, the 2d6 flamers
Oh yeah.
on a 2. 1, -2.
We're good.
Okay, the Rahel.
We just kind of put our shield in front of the nozzle and shot the goo off somewhere else.
What's going on, White Chocolate? How are you, my
D6 plus
friend?
3.
That's the mayor here in chat. He says, "What up, nerds?"
Hey, what's going on, Chocolato?
Hello, Poppy. You got 1 lethal.
T10?
No.
No.
Because I need a
T10 maybe down to 9 right now.
-2 because of the thing. So you cover.
4.
Because you're within my contagion, so it's 4 up.
We're good.
Cool. 5 up on your mortal. Nope. And then on the tech boost. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Eateth, a baggeth, dicketh, sir.
Anyway, get bent. You said I couldn't do it.
No.
I called you out on
No, I
it.
didn't say you couldn't do it.
You said I shouldn't be able to do it.
Those 5s are way too consistent. For you, we need to house rule that to be 6s.
We'll just have to hide his cheese dice better.
Yeah.
Have to hide the cheese dice better next time.
At the RTT, I bought the Death Guard, the pink and green ones. Those ones rolled hot. So I'll use those ones.
Wait, when?
At the Gamerscore RTT. I got the Death Guard dice.
You know you've had those dice before, right? You threw them away.
Not the new ones, no.
Oh, that,
The
so
new
There
Death
was
Guard
like
ones.
some. Oh, the new ones. So there were some other like green and pink ones you had back in the day, and we played, and you rolled like hot dog shit, and you threw them away at an
what-
RTT
Oh, probably. Yeah, no, that doesn't
Yeah.
surprise me.
while playing Death Guard.
Yeah. No, those dice probably sucked. All right, so that's done. I got you. You suck. Doing an action here. Let's go ahead and lay into you.
He didn't make his noise. Get him with the floor dice.
We already talked about that. Because that was when you were making all the noises and we transitioned to Mickey Mouse.
Yep.
That was your fault for not making the right noise, though.
I didn't say I have a good Morty.
Yeah, you suck at Morty.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
He's flipping me off like on the other side of the screen.
All right, so where are we going?
So this unit here, we'll go ahead and start dumping wounds that way. We'll start with the ability of D6 plus 3 for 8s. Whee! And this will be strength 6, so it'll be on 3s. All right, so you got 5 at your invuln D3 damage.
Gross.
3?
Yep.
Okay. Are
You
ready
roll
with
2
it?
at a
No.
time. They're 4 wounds apiece.
Cool. Kills. Kills. And then my hazardous check. Nope. We good.
Fail some hazardous, Rob. God. If you can roll so many 5s, you can roll a few 1s for me, too.
No. So I've got a plasma, and because that's my bolter, so a plasma and the melton. And then the other character. No, I got so we'll do the plasma on nope. And then the plasma. It's both. And one's a lethal. The way
Plasma or Melta? The other
the
one.
one was a melta because it's
Okay.
1 shot. Sorry, I might have messed that up, but yeah, 1 shot for the melta, 2 shots for the plasma.
You got it.
That was a lethal. That's wounds. 2 invulns, 2 damage.
1 goes
Takes
through.
2. We're good.
Oh, that was a plasma, right?
That was just my hazardous check.
Okay, yeah. So that was 2 damage.
Cool. And then the bolter. Nothing. Okay. And then the hyper blight grenades off dude.
Why aren't those once per game anymore?
Because they're not as good. D6, 4. On 3s, looking for lethals.
Was it blast?
It is.
Add 1
so I
in there.
get.
Because there was more.
Cool. Thank you. On 3s, strength 7. 1 minus 2.
We fail.
2 damage.
You suck, Rob.
Good. Good news is I can't shoot those thunderwolves. We're just going to punch you to death.
I'm pretty sure Mortarion can do it.
Yeah, you can.
You know, tongue punch them in the fart box.
Whoa. Ew. Is this you lashing out right now?
Yes.
Are you crashing out with your lash out?
Really pushing for Saturdays to be members only streams. I'll tell you what.
I think I'm done for Saturdays for a while. Can we get the Wednesdays started? Because he can't play Wednesdays. That PPC is going to shoot those guys. I'll start the mortar since we're at full health. D6 plus 3.
Good
plus
lord.
blast.
Don't forget your blast, so that's 10 shots.
3 is looking for 6s. 2s.
Put a spot on our website where I can put the goblin faces and give everybody little quotes underneath them.
6 minus 2, 2 damage.
Oh, you suck. They're dead. Okay.
Let me get that for you. I'm not going to make you walk over there. Here's your pity.
Oh.
Here's your pain.
I think that's it. I think we go into charges now.
What's left to die?
those guys and the guys behind the wall, and that Lancer is irrelevant for the rest of the game. Because he has no tech priest now, because I did what you said I shouldn't. All right, let's get into the charges. Those guys are going to charge through the wall.
Yeah.
On an
They're
eight.
in.
I'm going to roll the rest of these charges and then head over. Or if you just want to grab those for me. Morty into the Thunderwolves on an 8 as well. That was a different set of dice.
And then we're just going to throw them in a little bit further when you pile in.
These guys make it on an 8. Come with
Oh,
me.
there's another guy
you'll
over here.
See a world
Of pure
pure defamation.
inebriation. The
4 inches.
I was thinking of the Family Guy version, you know, at the Paul Tuckett Brewery.
No.
Oh, gross.
You could just say that you give in to my awesomeness now. All right, this unit is an auto charge because they literally can't fail, and there's nowhere for them to go for me to fish for a better charge.
So yeah, I think I'll just say I'm playing Space Wolves next time, but just bring nothing but regular Marine units and 3 Whirlwinds.
So just no blood claws, no nothing, just
Yeah,
just
pretty
send
much.
it. All right, that's an auto charge, but this one will be worth re-rolling or rolling for a 5.
I got no interrupt. It's all right.
Oats. All right, and that leaves 1, 2 units alive. Oh, 3. Lancer. Okay. Sweet. So let's start with that unit. You have no fight on death. You have no interrupts.
Nope.
Okay. I've got.
This is like a crime against nature right now.
You're welcome. So I got a plague fist and 3 plague knives, plus so 1, 2, 3 plague knives, and then the plague fist. So 1, 2, 3 plague knives. You are. I'm going to reroll hits and wounds. We're going to spend that. Doot, doot. All right, there we go. Shall we? Actually, no, that is. There we go. 3s, looking for 5s. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lethals and sustains.
Getting plague fisted.
This is just the blades. 1 damage.
Getting plague knifed. Getting shanked to the kidneys here.
I need 5s for this one, so the reroll of wounds will come in handy here. And this is only because you are under starting strength. All right, so you've got 9 minus 1.
I'm really missing Masters of Executions and melee missiles right now that don't cost an arm and a leg.
Fair. That minus 1, yep.
Kills one.
Okay. The Power Fist. I think my Power Fist hits on something. It's on 3s, so that one did hit. So we're going to keep that one because that's going to be 2 sustained, 2 lethals. 2. And then on 3s, because you're 6 down to 5. Cool. You got 5 minus 3, 2 damage.
Kills another one. And
Yeah. And then,
floats one.
then the Sorcerer. Let me get that out of the way.
Go for it.
If you need to start using some of his graveyard for your stuff, we understand.
No, it's perfectly understandable. I know you pulled him away, but I just wanted to prove that I could, in fact, make you lose that last guy. Okay. And then you fail 2 of those because you stink.
I'll no
And they're
moss
dead.
this, man.
Okay.
No moss. We're going to tap out.
That's it? You're not even going to let Morty swing? He hasn't done anything yet. Let me do Morty.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Go for it.
Nice. 2, 3.
No, I wooed on my charges. I don't know if he did anything.
I don't woo on my charges.
No, it's the wolf player. I will win.
Okay, we'll do the sweep because it's 2 damage a pop. 15 attacks here. Sustain hits 1, lethal hits on 2s. I didn't get a lot of 1s though overall. So 3 go back in,
Wait, sustained or lethal?
both.
Wait, how does he have sustained and lethal?
Look at his thing, sustained and lethal.
This is messed up.
He's a Primarch. He had nothing for a whole edition and a
He
half.
should still have nothing.
Forget you. This is strength 8. You are 5s now?
Yep.
So 3s. No rerolls, huh? All right, so you got 5, 9, invulns, 2 damage a pop. You're lucky there's no dev wounds.
If you told me he had dev wounds on
He
his
does
sleep
on the not on the sleep.
and all like lethal sustaining dev wounds.
First,
Dead.
and a half.
Yeah.
Dead and half.
All right, 3 left.
Okay. You want me to keep going?
No, I don't.
Okay. I forgive
Well,
you myself.
we definitely have to give we definitely have to give Eric an opportunity to get acquainted with the Space Wolves. Definitely recommend maybe some practice reps
Yeah.
just to get back familiar with them again. But let's talk about this. So, Eric, you died a lot.
No shit, sure.
So one of the big takeaways would be live more.
Live Moss?
Right? I didn't want to go there. Definitely live more. Now break it down. Like how did you feel about this your first go? Like what are some key mistakes you might have made? What are some things that worked?
So many years ago, when I was an active wolf player, and I was starting to play with my thunder.
my day.
Yes, and I was playing with my thunder wolves.
That's how I do.
They're not that durable. A 4-up invuln save. They were T5 in the day. They're T6 now, I think. Right. That doesn't really change a whole lot. But like 4 wounds and a 4-up invuln save, that's not actually that durable.
Yeah.
And they've gotten cheaper, but that's still an expensive unit that has a huge footprint.
It is a big footprint.
And
Specifically, the footprints are problem.
Let me just throw this in here. Back in my day, as a Space Wolf player, you had to order third-party trash to use as Thunderwolves because they didn't have a kit yet.
yeah, I remember. I was around for that.
Mr. Dandy, I think, is where everybody got there. They sold you a wolf with just legs on it that had the ball joint to fit a torso in. So you didn't even get the full thing. You just got like a wolf with marine legs.
Yeah.
And you'd slot them in there. All right, carry on.
Okay.
sounds
So
dandy.
like, so that big footprint that I piled in right here
Yeah.
really expanded a bunch of stuff out. Maybe realistically, they should have also, like, both units should have been in strat reserve. And then I could have hid more of that stuff in here, not gotten shot so hard on that initial turn, and given up more. I rolled real bad. It happens.
It happens.
He did, take some wounds off. I was really hoping that thing would be dead. That might have actually stopped the charge at that point. I don't know how hot he rolled on it. I don't remember. But
I
having
rolled
like
really deep. I think I rolled like a 10.
okay, yeah. So it wouldn't have mattered, but like 3 inches or less.
Would have been different.
You would have gone from a 6-inch to a 9-inch charge. I think is what
Right.
it was. Stuck because I wanted them to get out, so then like I could do something to them without them being able to just come to me uncosted, basically, right? Unmolested, so to speak. But like, I think if I were to change this list and stick with the Gladius, because I don't think my current style of playing would match like 3 T-Wolf calves and like a Stormlance or something like that, and like that's predicated on trying to hide well or going first and just
Right. And not facing a really abusive indirect fire with the mortal wound splash and everything. You have to admit
I think that's just Rob
that it's pretty nutty, though.
and or
Your
Julian.
tech priest had it coming.
He had it coming.
But like other than that, like I think if I fell back on like my more like my Renegade Raider style playlist, I think, and went with like more MSU and less, like massive investment units like
Right.
the Thunderwolf, like not a big investment. And I really like the idea of the Wolfen, but like I just bounced.
Right.
Like I bounced like they didn't do anything.
Right.
And that's like so depressing considering what they are.
Well, we can definitely, treat that depression with tacos,
Yes.
for sure. Absolutely appreciate you putting the army on the channel here tonight.
I appreciate Dan
us
letting
know.
me use it.
We've had a lot of people asking for Stormlance and for
Gladius.
For Gladius, Dan being a very specific type of Space Wolf, he's going to play Space Wolf rules and detachments, right? That's left a void here. So definitely thank you for stepping up and filling that void. But we will absolutely need to get another one scheduled for you so you can really get situated. I want that rematch, or I want that face-off. Right?
Oh, wolf on wolf, yeah. For sure.
That
For
wolf
sure.
on wolf action, wolfy style,
Whoa,
some
whoa,
might say.
whoa, whoa.
Well, he can do that, and maybe I'll do like Iron Storm.
Well, you can decide.
Space Wolf Firestorm? Yeah.
The point will be like you'll be playing out of the Space Marine Codex. He'll be playing out of the Space Wolf Codex.
Yeah.
And
You're gonna get
see how it
redacted.
goes.
I'm gonna
You're going to get redacted, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Rob, over to you. The way the game played out this evening, it very dominant, basically in killing. Right? You just outkilled him extremely. Obviously, your table state is very well. You've got here. I mean, you're
I'm in all
all
four
four corners of the board right now. So your expansion was good. Your killing was good. What was different about this exchange than you expected?
So it's a little bit harder to say from what I didn't expect overall because I'm familiar with Space Wolf at this point because I played Dan on stream a lot in the last 2 months.
Yeah.
So pound for pound, I kind of know what to expect. This is my first time using this detachment properly. Because the first time I ran it, I didn't run as many. I think it was the 30 Plague Marines and like big bricks or whatever. And I was just like, we were just like, send it, whatever.
Right.
So this was actually going to be my RTT list that I didn't make it to last weekend or the weekend before. Mm-hmm. And this was going to be more of a asset trading, get in there and just abuse the rules. Because with this detachment, it's very character tax heavy for slots and whatever like that. So being able to use those assets properly, I'm pretty warmed up with this army overall.
Yeah.
Like I know how I want to use it. So pound for pound, like the 5-man Plague Marine units, they're phenomenal.
Yeah.
Having the sorcerers in there for the sustained hits, and then having that unit have so many rules baked into the character sheets, and then having the strats that support 2 characters being involved. Like that's, as long as that unit stays alive, they can put out a lot, even reduced, right? So 3 Plague Marines, 2 characters, they can put out a lot of wounds. So for me, it was just, especially on Scorched Earth, is I don't score here, so I'm allowed to just go forward. I've got the Rhinos that give me a lot of slingshot movement. I've got a couple times where I advanced just to position for the turn after that. And then the Poxwalkers being where they were allowed me to spread my Contagion in turn 1 or afflict you with the -1 to your save and just abuse that, which is just how you're supposed to use them. There was a throwaway unit, but it kept you there, it tied up, and we moved after that. So being able to take all 4 quarters and not have to assault a triangle, a compacted area is better for me. If you're spread out, I can spread out better than you and be better at it with Death Guard.
Well, Death Guard continued to be very impressive on the table. Some might say oppressive on the table. I am some. Definitely, you think you got some nerfs coming down the pipeline?
Yeah, I think the Terminators are probably going to take a smack. The characters might go up like 5 points a pop on average, I would say, give or take. I don't think Morty is already pretty taxed as far as his points. His rules are good though. Like his rules are pretty solid, but he's not the linchpin to this list.
Is he pushing 400 now?
I believe he's somewhere between 350 and 400. He's still in that area. He's still a primer.
Well, he was like
demon primer.
under 300 pre-codex, I think.
No.
Yeah, no, they dropped him down to like 300 pre-codex.
Yeah, back when he was like 295 because he did nothing. He was a wet noodle with a 5-foot Philippine, right? Like that was his whole thing. So, I mean, if you look at him right now, Mortarian's at 380. He's almost 400 points. He's literally night costed. So I think he's fine where he is. I think it just comes down to my core rules. As long as you're playing smart and playing the trading game and playing MSU with Plague Marines and spreading that affliction and just making it miserable for your opponent, I don't need Terminators. There's not a single Terminator in this list. And I lost half a unit of Plague Marines.
Yeah. Right.
Well, I mean, I just couldn't connect.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's how this list plays. Is I abuse and debuff you to the point where you can't connect.
Yeah. So like,
It's some of my least favorite games at tournaments was playing as orcs into the true -2 Death Guard.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, man, that was one of the worst. Anytime I might have wanted to shoot something, it's guaranteed 6s. And then playing the Army of Renown, at that time into Death Guard with the true -2, like my entire roster of a shooting orc army is an Overwatch army. It just hits on 6s. Like that's it. It was absolutely miserable to play into.
That's what the flying handbook was for.
Was that more miserable to play into than Chaos Knights in 9th edition?
I didn't
Similar.
have a ton of opportunities to play into Chaos Knights in 9th edition. I played 2 or 3 at 3 or 4 probably at an event. No, I won 2 matchups at events and probably lost 3. that wasn't annoying. It just was a bad match. The thing about Death Guard was that I'd have these bricks of dudes and I'd have all these attacks on them, and it's like, oh well, but I'm hitting on 5s with my melee, which is supposed to be my shining moment with orcs. Like that was the thing that made it frustrating. Was that like
winning on 4s?
it's not that I didn't have the equipment to do what I needed to do. It was that my stats just weren't what they were supposed to be.
Yeah.
Right. So I would say that was definitely a little bit more stressful, a little bit more annoying, which I actually had a better win rate against than Chaos Knights too, which was weird. But guys, thank you so much for, of course, this game tonight. You did a fantastic job, Eric. We're gonna work on this, and
Constellation.
we're gonna make you a wolf once again, my friend.
We had spikes.
Can we have spiked collars?
I've
Right?
ripped your tail plug out, my sir. No wolf for you.
All right, let's get this thing going out of here before we can really, truly get demonetized. Thank you guys for showing up. What is our vibe this evening?
Someone's going to be barking at the mailman.
Barking at the mailman. And who is that someone?
The
Rob.
Wolf.
Oh, I can be the mailman? Nice.
So that means you read it while I bark at you. Got it.
No, I'm just gonna sit
You're
here.
the mailman? Are you my dad? Guys, thank you guys for tuning in. Let's get these credits rolling.
What are you doing?
I'm getting the mail.
Oh, okay.
Start barking. Whoa! Whoa!
I don't want to throw that
Put
at
the
you.
mail in the
What's up, guys? Marks, Jim Carney, Jason Shea, Sean Hannon, Sophia 21st Legion. All right, somebody's going to get hurt.
He's on the floor. Hit him with the camera.
The mailman won. Dog 0.
Wasted.
Thank you for tuning in. Once again, we're going to be back here tomorrow night with a bit more Space Wolves actions, this time against Chaos Demons. We hope to see you guys there. Until next time!